里会点燃了一群人，星火燎原了华夏尚武的情节。我们本来就不畏一切，不惧一切，一个夜深觉醒了一座城，一个里会点燃了一群人，跨越星河去追逐我们的世界。我们本来就不畏一切，不惧一切。秋天之上，去唤醒早已饥渴的灵魂。雪从凝固变成了沸腾，是因为听到你们的呼声。天外的天浩瀚无限，我也要和你对决，在绝城之巅战役无言，连成无眠，让双眼锋锐的摩擦迸发在一念之间。一颗眼神觉醒了一座城，一颗灵魂点燃了一群人，星火燎原了华夏尚武的情节。我们本来就不畏一切，不惧一切。一颗眼神觉醒了一座城，一颗灵魂点燃了一群人，跨越星河去追逐我们的世界。我们本来就不畏一切，不惧一切。去秋天之上，去唤醒早已饥渴的灵魂。雪从凝固变成了沸腾，是因为听到你们的呼声。天外的天浩瀚无限，我也要和你对决，在绝城之巅战役无言，连成无眠，让双眼锋锐的摩擦迸发在一念之间。一颗眼神觉醒了一座城，一颗灵魂点燃了一群人，星火燎原了华夏尚武的情节。我们本来就不畏一切，不惧一切。一颗眼神觉醒了一座城，一颗灵魂点燃了一群人，跨越星河去追逐我们的世界。我们本来就不畏一切，不惧一切。一颗眼神觉醒了一座城，一颗灵魂点燃了一群人，星火燎原了华夏尚武的情节。我们本来就不畏一切，不惧一切。一颗眼神觉醒了一座城，一颗灵魂点燃了一群人，跨越星河去追逐我们的世界。我们本来就不畏一切，不惧一切。 去秋天之上，去欢喜早已饥渴的灵魂。雪从凝固变成了沸腾，是因为听到你们的呼声。天外的天浩瀚无限，我也要和你对决，在绝城之巅战役无言，连成无眠，让双眼锋锐的摩擦迸发在一念之间。一颗眼神觉醒了一座城，一颗灵魂点燃了一群人。星火燎原了华夏尚武的情节，我们本来就不畏一切，不惧一切。一颗眼神觉醒了一座城，一颗灵魂点燃了一群人。跨越星河去追逐我们的世界，我们本来就不畏一切，不惧一切。去秋天之上，去欢喜早已饥渴的灵魂。雪从凝固变成了沸腾，是因为听到你们的呼声。天外的天浩瀚无限，我也要和你对决，在绝城之巅战役无言，连成无眠，让双眼锋锐的摩擦迸发在一念之间。一颗眼神觉醒了一座城，一颗灵魂点燃了一群人。星火燎原了华夏尚武的情节，我们本来就不畏一切，不惧一切。一颗眼神觉醒了一座城，一颗灵魂点燃了一群人。跨越星河去追逐我们的世界，我们本来就不畏一切，不惧一切。一颗眼神觉醒了一座城，一颗灵魂点燃了一群人。星火燎原了华夏尚武的情节，我们本来就不畏一切，不惧一切。一颗眼神觉醒了一座城，一颗灵魂点燃了一群人。跨越星河去追逐我们的世界，我们本来就不畏一切，不惧一切。去秋天之上，去欢喜早已饥渴的灵魂。雪从凝固变成了沸腾，是因为听到你们的呼声。天外的天浩瀚无限，我也要和你对决，在绝城之巅战役无言，连成无眠，让双眼锋锐的摩擦迸发在一念之间。 一颗眼神觉醒了一座城，一颗灵魂点燃了一群人。星火燎原了华夏尚武的情节，我们本来就不畏一切，不惧一切。一颗眼神觉醒了一座城，一颗灵魂点燃了一群人。跨越星河去追逐我们的世界，我们本来就不畏一切，不惧一切。去九天之上，去唤醒早已饥渴的灵魂。雪从凝固变成了沸腾，是因为听到你们的呼声。天外的天浩瀚无限，我也要和你对决，在绝城之巅，战役不言，连成无眠，让双眼锋锐的摩擦迸发在一念之间。一颗眼神觉醒了一座城，一颗灵魂点燃了一群人。星火燎原了华夏尚武的情节，我们本来就不畏一切，不惧一切。一颗眼神觉醒了一座城，一颗灵魂点燃了一群人。跨越星河去追逐我们的世界，我们本来就不畏一切，不惧一切。一颗眼神觉醒了一座城，一颗灵魂点燃了一群人。星火燎原了华夏尚武的情节，我们本来就不畏一切，不惧一切。一颗眼神觉醒了一座城，一颗灵魂点燃了一群人。跨越星河去追逐我们的世界，我们本来就不畏一切，不惧一切。九天之上，去唤醒早已饥渴的灵魂。雪从凝固变成了沸腾，是因为听到你们的呼声。天外的天浩瀚无限，我也要和你对决，在绝城之巅，战役无言，连成无眠，让双眼锋锐的摩擦迸发在一念之间。一颗眼神觉醒了一座城，一颗灵魂点燃了一群人。星火燎原了华夏尚武的情节，我们本来就不畏一切，不惧一切。一颗眼神觉醒了一座城，一颗灵魂点燃了一群人。跨越星河去追逐我们的世界，我们本来就不畏一切，不惧一切。 之上，去唤醒早已饥渴的灵魂。雪从凝固变成了沸腾，是因为听到你们的呼声。天外的天浩瀚无限，我也要和你对决，在绝城之巅战役不言，连成无眠，让双眼锋锐的摩擦迸发在一念之间。一颗眼神觉醒了一座城，一颗灵魂点燃了一群人，星火燎原了华夏尚武的
经典酒对本场比赛的支持和赞助。同时还要特别感谢的是，那么所有的来到现场的领导、嘉宾，还有我们所有的观众朋友们对于 JCK 战绝城龙斗终极冠军赛的支持，让我们共同期待呢，今天晚上所有的选手能够在我面前的八角笼当中为大家带来精彩的发挥和表现。Now, ladies and gentlemen, please join me and stand up for national anthem of the People's Republic of China。下面请全体起立，奏唱中华人民共和国国歌。全体请坐 ，Please be seated。接下来，让我们掌声有请威宁自治县人民政府党组成员、曹管委主任朱达聪先生，有请。
尊敬的各位来宾、朋友们，大家晚上好。4月的威宁，汇丰和畅，群县荟萃，胜友如云。受威宁自治县委书记胡锦斌县长对你同志的委托，我谨代表威宁自治县委、县人民政府，向各位来宾表示热烈欢迎。今天我们相聚于此，不仅为了见证力量与技巧的巅峰对决，更是为了向大家揭开威宁区的独特魅力。威宁县地处贵州西大梅，全县总面积6298平方公里，平均海拔2200米，县辖41个乡镇街道。2024年末，户籍人口162.2万人。居住着汉、彝、回、苗等37个民族，少数民族人口占总人口的24.12%，是全省面积最大、海拔最高、人口最多的县。以自然之美，一幅高原生态画卷。威宁的美是万鸟翔集的灵动的力。作为中国黑颈鹤之乡，草海国家级自然保护区是10万只候鸟的越冬天堂，2829只黑颈鹤再次创下历史稀稀纪录，并誉为高原湿地生态博物馆。漫步草海，看碧波映天空，鹤影亮伟大，恍如置身人间仙境。威宁的美是山水豪迈的壮阔，乌江源百里画廊，奔流如长江、牛栏江，劈开深峡汇入金山江，马柏大河 潜行、溶洞右腹、珠江之约三大水系各列出威宁、脚踏三江的豪迈胸怀，更有北草坪、云海翻涌、卓峰草场、丰春草地、栗子沟大桥、横宽云顶、马柏大山、松涛入沟，处处皆成诗画。2. 文化之韵，一部民族风情典籍。威宁是贵州唯一以回苗3个少数民族为主体的自治县，千年文明在此集定成璀璨的文化瑰宝。每逢火把节的烈焰，古尔邦节的庄重，荒山节的欢歌，37个民族用歌舞编织成流动的文化盛宴。来威宁，你可以走进彝族村寨听阿西里西的传说，再回从月落品一碗香茶，与苗族吊脚楼看芦笙舞曲，触摸时光沉淀的民族密码。3. 体育之力，一座高原训练殿堂。威宁的海拔天生就是冠军的摇篮，2000到2500米的黄金海拔区间，与世界长跑之乡肯尼亚同属低纬度高原，年均吸引2000余名运动员驻训。我们已成功获得贵州省高原体育训练基地称号，形成以高原健身、避暑养生为主题的一体带旅融合发展新名片。2025年，威宁将再度开启夏日马拉松之约，当全国热浪族人，这里平均18摄氏度的清凉，正好为奔跑赋能，让你在天然大空调里体验速度与激情。近年来，威宁走出了一条文旅体特色融合发展之路，高原训练基地具人气，赛事经济新产业，民族文化塑品牌，生态资源引客流，春赏花，夏避暑，秋采摘，冬观鸟，四季旅游产品成熟，一体带旅、一文促旅、一旅新体的各就已然形成。各位朋友，赛事的激情将点燃威宁的夏夜，而威宁的精彩远不止于此。赛后，请你放慢脚步，到草海边走一走、看一看，到古遗址触摸历史的年轮，在草场奔跑，感受风的速度，与村寨里尝一口地道的乔酥。这座高原明珠定会有山水的豪迈、文化的厚重、运动的激情、深厚的诗意，为你书写一段难忘的旅程。最后，我宣布，本次 JCK 绝城之夜 N97 华武粤语联合赛开赛。
贵州威宁，地处乌蒙山深处，这里草海碧波荡漾，百草坪广袤无垠。山魂水魄滋养的威宁，血脉中流淌着多民族的炽热。当自然的野性遇见人类的热血，力量便有了新的定义。4月12日 ，JCK 绝城之夜 N97 华武元语联合赛贵州威宁站将在贵州省毕节市威宁自治县乌萨体育馆拉开帷幕。头条主赛与联合主赛迎来2场备受瞩目的跨国争锋。重拳交锋，暗潮涌动，多场激战轮番上演。来自世界各地的顶尖格斗选手将在 JCK 战绝城的擂台上燃烧斗志。4月12日 ，JCK 绝城之夜 N97 华武元语联合赛贵州威宁站，唤醒沉睡的血脉， 点燃最原始的较量。贵州威宁地处云贵之巅，当草海翻涌成金色狂澜，战斗的号角即将吹响。JCK 绝城之夜 N97华武元宇联合赛贵州威宁站，一场铁血豪情与浪漫星野的终极碰撞。头条主赛，滕丽格对阵多斯波尔埃莱根。联合主赛，吴泽对阵尼基塔巴尔塔巴耶夫。这是力量与荣耀的战场，是意志与信念的试炼场。JCK 绝城之夜 N97华武人与联合赛贵州威宁站，唯有真正的斗士，才能在狂风骤雨中踏出胜者之名。
Fight fans, welcome to Weining, Guizhou, China for JCK Fight Night N97. A look now at the matchup graphic for tonight's main event. Kazakhstan's Dosbol Yelegen brings his hands and Kazakh boxing base to his JCK debut. Welcoming him from across the cage will be Chinese Sanda expert Tenglige. Believe both these warriors want to keep the fight standing and showcase their striking prowess. At 2,200 meters above sea level, and taking this fight on short notice, believe Yelagan wants to get the job done quickly. The longer the clock ticks, the harder it will be for him to win this fight. We admire his warrior spirit, Woody.
Vaughn, you are absolutely right, but fans, we have a stack card for you tonight. For example, the potential war in two of the belts in the welterweight division. But the fight I'm most excited about is the great matchup between the young stars, Li Hongji and Yedi. They are aggressive, well-talented, and I'm telling you, Vaughn, I got these guys down, pegged to be future stars in the MMA scene here in China.
Many aggressive fighters combined with the high altitude. We expect a lot of finishes tonight. I'm Vaughn Anderson.
And I'm Woody Potkidan.
And here's your host, Yang Guang.
Thanks Vaughn, thanks Woody。所有现场以及正在收看比赛直播的观众朋友们，大家晚上好，欢迎收看中国顶级 MMA 综合格斗直播赛事 JCK 战决城龙斗终极冠军赛。那么今天晚上将为大家现场呈现的是阳光威宁、浪漫草海 JCK 绝城之夜 N97华武元宇联合赛贵州威宁站的比赛。我们现在所在的位置是威宁乌萨体育馆，我是阳光。JCK 战决城是由海南全天候网络竞技有限公司荣誉出品，由中国国际竞技技术合作促进会竞技体育产业融合创新发展工作委员会负责相关的指导工作。目前 JCK 战决城知识产权已在香港国际联合知识产权交易中心挂牌上市。那么今天晚上我们的比赛呢，有来自世界多个国家和地区的优秀的选手将会同台竞技，那么他们将为所有的观众朋友们呈现一场精彩纷呈的国际化的视觉盛宴。同时，今天晚上的比赛也将会通过我们的官方合作媒体咪咕视频、抖音、腾讯新闻以及快手等相关平台进行全程同步直播。同时还要特别感谢新华网、百度 App、深圳电视台体育健康频道、辽宁移动、贵州新媒体、宁夏新媒体、TCL 互联网电视、虎牙直播以及格斗迷的大力支持。同时还要特别感谢天海一品、贵州朗拓建设工程有限公司、威宁县国营建筑工程有限公司、毛江1953经典酒、千岁汽车、毛江1953、市尔道华恒乳业集团、梅花、飞德士对今天晚上比赛的赞助和支持。那么今天晚上应战选手分别是头条主赛男子70公斤级的协议体重之战，草原血狼滕丽格大战来自于哈萨克斯坦的冠军多斯波尔埃莱根。联合主赛男子63公斤级的协议体重之战，铁笼舞者吴泽对阵来自于俄罗斯的悍将 Nikita Baltabayev。那么正赛方面，银量级的对决，格斗黑卡伊西俄木大战加吉穆拉德哈基莫夫。那么次中量级被誉为吉林最硬的男人张玉鹤将会大战 Zerrianov。银量级方面，李洪基对阵叶德里穆黑亚提。 那么复赛方面，次中量级的对决来自于法国的公牛安迪对阵马雷，羽量级Leelle大战努力库瓦提巴哈托里。那么主量级方面，火炮杨居东对阵曲比古谦。女子银量级的比赛，Simbati穆和伊提对阵阿妹刘梅。再次也诚挚的邀请屏幕前的各位持续锁定我们的官方网站3w.jckmma.com 以及微信公众账号以及官方抖音号，了解最新赛事资讯的更新。冲出亚洲，走向世界，超越格斗的极限，迈向新的征程。JCK 战决城龙斗终极冠军赛必是世界综合格斗的新浪潮。再次非常高兴能与现场以及屏幕前的诸位共同见证，引领这股新的浪潮。接下来我们书开正风，共同开启今晚的比赛。
Fight fans, it is time for the first fight of the evening. It's a female flyweight fight making her way to the cage now from the blue corner. It's Ava Leo, hailing from Cheongsa in the province of Hunan. She trains at Lionheart Fight Club in that city with one of my all-time favorite fighters. You see him there, helping his fighter with her mouthpiece. That's Chun-Li, one of the all-time greats in my opinion. I spoke with him last night and we were reminiscing about the memories we have in combat sports and the transition from fighter to coach. This is going to be the first time we see Chun-Li in this role. We're very interested to see if he can project his aggressive, go for the kill style into his disciples. Ava Leo is a very active jiu-jitsu competitor and a white-collar boxing veteran. This is her MMA debut, and she's 27 years of age, so it's now or never. Looking forward to seeing what she brings to the cage tonight.
And here we see her opponent, Simbati. We don't know much about her because this is her professional debut too. She was originally scheduled to fight Yang Qingqing last year, but she missed weight at the time. She said she cut all the way from 70, she wasn't prepared, and that bout was cancelled. However, at the weigh-in, she looked in great shape and very focused. We spoke to her earlier today. We caught her in the elevator and she said, "Oh, I feel much better. This weight cut was much easier." What we do know about her is she does compete in jiu-jitsu and she is a former national team boxing champion or national team boxer. In jiu-jitsu, she's competed in China in AJP. That's the Premier League for jiu-jitsu tournaments, and she's got gold medals in four consecutive competitions. And when I asked her, what do you like to do? Do you like to grapple or do you like to go back to your base of boxing? She said, I like it all. She does train at Black Tiger Fight Club. They have a very, very strong team. They have a world champion coming out of that gym. So big things could come from here. However, let's see. We don't know about anything about these two girls, to be honest. It is their first professional fight. So it's a bit of a Pandora's box one.
We bumped into Simbati in the elevator just this morning, and we asked her what happened in that canceled fight in the past, and she said she was trying to cut to 57 from 70 kilos. She is big for this division. Let's see what Simbati brings to the cage tonight. Looking now at the tail of the tape, these ladies have the same height, but Ava Leo has the reach advantage.
本场 JCK MMA Fight Night 女子银量级的复赛争夺，蓝方选手身高174公分，臂展173厘米，体重57.50公斤，年龄27岁，来自于狮子星综合格斗俱乐部。那么今天晚上是他的 JCK 战决城的首秀，他就是来自于中国的蓝方选手阿梅刘梅。本场比赛，红方选手身高174公分，臂展167厘米，体重57.50公斤，年龄23岁，来自于北京黑虎搏击俱乐部 ，MMA 综合格斗战绩5战4胜1负。那么今天晚上同样是他的 JCK 战决城的首秀，他就是来自于中国的红方选手Simbati Muheiyati。本场比赛场上裁判 杨明。
Feather. Go by the height. Watch out from the okay. Cut. Fair contact. Judge. Hi. Unique. Fight! And we're off. We have Ava Leo in the blue and Simbati in the red. Low kick from Ava to kick things off, but immediately countered by Simbati. Oh, these girls are swinging.
There's some punches there from Simbati. Low kick from Ava Leo.
Ava has her hands a little bit low. She needs to be careful. She's dropping her hands a lot when Simba's giving her some looks there. She eats
There's a stiff left hand from Simbati.
I like what Simbati's doing, moving in and out, in and out. Oh, big right hand! But Ava just eats it. Ava Leo not worried at all. Oh, another overhand to the right.
Hard punch from Simbati. I'd like to see Leo keep her chin tight and bring her hands up a little bit. She got corked right there in the jaw, and a few of those might spell an end to this fight.
She's not keeping her hands up at all. Simbati working the body.
Oh!
Huge right hand!
Simbati drops Leo. She's swarming in from some ground and pound here.
Immediately we see Ava's
Hard
guard.
punches from Simbati. Will this be it? We predict a lot of finishes here at high altitude in Weining. Will this be the first finish?
Also, you got to remember these are pretty inexperienced fighters. This is their first professional MMA fight. They need to match their energy so that they don't gas, especially considering the 2,200 meters high elevation.
Now, I see that Leo has survived that rocking she took, and this is interesting because Ava Leo, I believe, is probably the better submission artist, and I think that she may have a chance here from guard. Simbati needs to respect the jiu-jitsu threat that Leo brings to this match. She hasn't won yet.
Yeah, both these girls train jiu-jitsu, as you said. Both of them compete in the sports. Let's see how it goes out. You know, look at how Ava, she's using her hand. Very mature for somebody who's making their debut in MMA. How she puts the palm on the face, slips those elbows, works the body.
Leo opens her guard now, momentarily closes it again. Eating some punches here. She's got to really make a move. We're halfway through this first round now, and you've got to believe that Simbati's winning on the scorecards.
Oh, absolutely, and she almost had the finish there. She really rocked Ava. Oh, another left hook.
Leo back to her feet, but Simbati makes her pay for it.
So, oh, another overhook, man. This girl needs to put her hands up. Big body shot followed up. Look at how mature Simbati is. She mixes up the body shots very well in between. Looking for the head there. Not just head hunting. There she goes with the overhand again.
More punches hitting the jaw of Leo. She stays on her feet, but she's wobbly.
Another body shot. Just starting to show a lot of fatigue here from Ava Leo.
Spinning back fist attempt by Simbati. She's having fun.
Smiling at her opponent. Some head movement fakes. 1 minute and 35 seconds left in the first round. Another overhand, but not much power behind that one.
The lack of defense on the side of Leo is a big concern for me. That jaw is just an open target, and Simbati's powerful punches have found the mark several times in this opening round.
Yeah, she's not really doing much to defend her chin. One would hope that she'll start throwing back. Another big overhand. Simbati really hunting for the finish, it feels like.
We've entered the final minute of this opening round. Simbati mowing forward with hard punches.
Another big right hand. How tough is Ava Leo? Look at that, another one. Hits on the ear as well.
Ava Leo looks exhausted.
Final 30 seconds of this first round.
Simbati, non-stop pressure, faking going and mixing up the power. Oh, another big punch, just missed. Somebody's got to tell Ava to put her hands up. Ava Leo, put your hands up.
Stiff jab from Simbati, going upstairs then to the body. A well-deserved, well-welcome break for Ava Leo as she survives that opening round, but no doubt has lost on the judges' scorecards.
Absolutely, very dominant performance here from Simbati in the red corner. And I can't really say what she can improve on.
防守呼吸做得很好，对，
the blue
那拳也
corner.
就那样嘛，
What are
对
you
不
gonna
对
say?？
把自己都手拿出来
Let's
多
have
翻
a
力
look。here at some of the action of the first round.
It started off okay for Ava Leo, but then she started to get hit with some heavy punches. Bam! Like that. It dropped her. And then just so many, that right hand kept finding the mark over and over again in this first round. Kudos to Leo for surviving. But you can't expect her to take another 10 minutes of that. She's got to change things up. Maybe shoot a takedown. We'd like to see what her jiu-jitsu looks like.
And you got to think
from the top.
You got to think her coach Chunlei was telling her, look, man, this isn't working out for you. Take her to the ground. Test her grappling.
Ava Leo looks like she rested well. Looks fresher coming into the second round than when she left the first round.
Now she moves back. Stays away from that big.
Simbati has a more tight boxing guard here with her hands up, head movement.
Yeah, and also she's moving very nicely with the feet in and out, controlling the range between these two fights, choosing when she's going to pull the trigger on her shots and trying to stay out of the danger zone of Ava Leo. Oh, Ava Leo takes it down. Now let's see how Ava is on top. Can she keep her down?
Oh, beautiful reversal there from Simbati. A little bit of an error, I believe, on Ava Leo's part. Now she's back on the bottom, holding on to that half guard as Simbati locks up a triangle on that leg. Oh, there's a sweep there from Leo. She's on top. She should do a better job this time to control before she goes for an attack. Here's an opportunity for Leo to get back points lost in that first round. Peppering with punches to the ribs. There's not a lot of force put behind those punches. I don't know if the judges are going to give her many points for that.
Yeah, she's got her hand, left hand deep around the waist of Simbati, holding those hips, controlling her down, not allowing her to shrink away, not allowing to create the space to try and push off and stand up.
Simbati not making it easy for Leo on the top, firing elbows from the bottom.
How long before Simbati starts looking for some submissions? Or Leo, you see already the ref giving her a warning that she needs to work. She cannot just hold her down. She needs to look to improve her position here.
Debuting at 2,200 meters above sea level. What a rough landing. Imagine that. You remember your first fight, Woody? You know how you gassed out, like you just
so tired,
so exhausted. And to do that at altitude like this is...
She might pass straight to Fuman. She can jump for triangle here. She lifts the head up to, oh, she almost had it.
Ava Leo losing that top spot now. Simbati winning the scramble. She's back on top in Ava Leo's side, half guard.
It feels like there's a power difference between these two athletes. It feels like Simbati does have some power and athleticism advantage over Ava Leo, or at least it looks like that. Simbati in quarter mount now. Will she be able to get that foot loose and move up to a full mount position? It's time to isolate that. Oh, nice little elbow.
Firing another elbow. One of many so far this fight. Ava Leo on the bottom, trying to sweep again from that half guard position. Simbati showing incredible balance here. Got that far side underhook, and now she's hammering the shoulder into Leo's face.
And she's doing everything right. She's looking for the pressure pass or the knee cut. So every time Ava Leo tries to put that knee back in her guard, she beats her up in the face and threatens with the pass. A lot of pressure here from Simbati. Looks like she's looking for a deep half guard, not something you see very often in MMA. Simbati dropping elbows here. Simbati's been moving so good. She's just so mean. She's like grinding away wherever the positions are.
Hard elbows. She's looking for the finish here, perhaps.
Exactly. She just mixes it up so well when she improves. Oh, you see the head of Leo.
30 seconds left in the second round. Can Leo survive to the end of the round?
Working the body. Nice short punches there. 10 seconds.
Attacks here from Simbati. Oh, hard elbow to the body. Hard forearm strikes to the face.
Elbows.
She needs to watch the back of the head, though. That's it. Ava Leo has survived another round, but you got to believe Simbati's up. 2 rounds to 1 now.
Leo gets up. What a warrior.
So imagine you're in Leo's corner right now. What are you going to tell her?
Let's have a look at the action of round 2. It was Simbati's failed kick attempt that got Leo the top position. But during the scramble, Simbati did really good work to regain that top position. And once she passed into like this quarter mount, she dropped a lot of damage with those elbows. Heavy elbows there on the face of Ava Leo.
Jokes aside, Woody, I think the proper strategy for Ava Leo, if she wants to turn things around, is to, when the fight gets to the ground, to really focus on control. I believe it was an error, in fact, that caused some of those reversals and lost solid position. Once she has control, she really needs to look for the finish because she's not going to win this fight on points.
Absolutely. Position before submission. Got to fight a little bit more to maintain those positions. Who knows, maybe she's going to fly up a nice little head kick, or like you said, a flying knee. She does like to throw that left kick to the body for a liver kick. It feels like a lot of the power that she packs in the punches been weltered away by the fatigue. Oh, you know, if you look at Ava Lee's striking, whoa, another stiff jab to the face from Simbati.
Here in this final third round, you can see that Simbati still has a really great boxing base, hands up, chin tucked in, head moving. She's doing everything right. There's a hard right hand, then a left to the body. Simbati's lead growing, no doubt, here in this third round. Ava Leo needs to get reckless if she expects to win this fight.
Yeah, it's time for Hail Marys. You got to risk it all to get the victory. It's almost guaranteed that if it goes decision, she's going to lose this fight. There she starts looking for Simbati. A little bit indecisive in her actions, but look at the beautiful boxing of Simbati. Rips that liver shot. Oh, beautiful body shot. Goes back to the head. Now, Ava looks for a takedown, but she fails, and it's Simbati who ends up on top in the half guard of Ava Leo.
Simbati grinding her way forward, perhaps looking to pass or just make things unbearable for Ava Leo here on the bottom.
How long before she drops those forearms and elbows Look,
Shoulder strikes to the face. But she's got Leo's head ground up against the cage wall here. This is a bad spot for Leo. When your head is elevated like that, it's nearly impossible to bridge.
Yeah, and just, I love this from Simbati. I mean, folks, don't get me wrong. When I say mean, I say it with real encouragement. And I love the fact that a fighter can come out here and turn on the mean. Simbati is just mean. She's always looking to hurt her opponent. I love that. She doesn't fight dirty, but she's trying to hurt her opponent. Get her out of there.
Exactly. For an MMA debut, Simbati is showing incredible fight IQ.
Like, she's mature beyond, you know, beyond her experience. She's looking like someone who's already had more fights than she has had, especially, like you said, I mean, this is not a small show. Plus, this is her MMA debut. A lot of people, a lot of eyeballs, a lot of pressure, and she's doing really good. You know, we say what Leo should be doing, but at the same time, maybe it is not that Leo is doing anything wrong or badly. Maybe it's Simbati just being so strong and so dominant that she didn't allow Leo to do much so far in this fight. The pressure from Simbati, very good. Always get in the right positions, always has the cross face. Look, always has that underhook.
Up. Referee Liang Ming standing both fighters up. Oh, perhaps. Oh, just lack of action brings the fight back to their feet. Another chance for Ava Leo. Nice head movement from Simbati.
Simbati showcasing her boxing experience. Another nice left hook. Ooh.
The energy level, you know, kudos to Leo for attempting that takedown, but you can see she's just exhausted now. Here comes Simbati charging ahead with punches.
She slips and counters. Ava Leo kicks to the body. Another kick from Ava. Got to give it. At least Ava's showing a lot of spirit, not backing off. She's taken a lot of damage, but still in the fight, throwing punches.
Oh! Beautiful combination from Simbati. Now she's working the body again.
Oh,
another hard punch to the face.
Works the body, works the face. You can see Ava Leo's not enjoying that. Oh, another big right hand right on the chin. How many can Ava Leo eat? Only 15 seconds left. Oh, 10 seconds.
That's the final bell. A learning experience for Ava Leo. You know, like we mentioned earlier, making your debut at 2,200 meters above sea level is incredibly challenging.
But Simbati passed this test with flying colors.
My.
What a dominant and what a mature performance from this young fighter, only 23 years old.
We are expecting Simbati to win all 3 rounds on the judges' scorecard. We'll find out what happened in a moment. Here's a look at all the action throughout the fight. That was the first round when Simbati dropped Ava Leo. And the story of the fight played out much the same. In the second round there, Ava Leo had a chance in top position, lost a few scrambles, and on top, Simbati was just ruthless with those forearm strikes, elbows to the face, elbows to the body. She did not look like a rookie tonight.
接下来宣布比赛结果。本场女子 MMA 综合格斗规则赢量级比赛的最终裁定结果如下：1号裁判30-27 ，Judge Number 1 32-27；2号裁判30-27 ，Judge Number 2 32-27；3号裁判30-27 ，Judge Number 3 32-27。本场比赛3位裁判一致性判定红方胜。 For the winner, by unanimous decision, win by point, presenting China, the red corner, Simbati Muheiyati。接下来，掌声有请颁奖嘉宾，上海一品项目经理吴敬明，贵州时军律师事务所主任、创始合伙人李明富先生，有请二位合影留念。好，感谢颁奖嘉宾，感谢双方选手出色的表现，谢谢。接下来的时间会进行的是我们今天晚上第2场比赛，男子雏量级的复赛交锋。
It's time for the second fight of the evening. This is a bantamweight clash. Making his way to the cage now from the blue corner, it's Chubuchen, hailing from the Liangshan region of Sichuan, where so many JCK All-Stars come from. He trains in the same province, Sichuan, but in the city of Chengdu, the provincial capital, at the well-renowned JCK Fight Club. It's been over a year since Chubuchen has fought. He brings his long reach and boxing base into this fight. He's an aggressive, hungry young fighter looking to taste blood always, and especially tonight. He has fought twice here in JCK and won both times, one over Abdullah Daimu and also over Shang Guangwei, one of our favorite fighters. Chubuchen is no joke. Very tough, very aggressive, great hands, and Woody. So much improvement and talent coming out of JCK Fight Club these days. You can expect in the year of his absence, Chubuchen is going to be a totally different fighter and an amazing improvement to what he was before.
You know, like, and you got to also consider the training partners he has every day with him. He's got, you know, guys, Leelle, so many tough guys. The JCK champion, I mean, the million RMB winner last year, the tournament winner. Really nice training partners to get him ready for this bout. And there is his opponent, Yang Jidong. Yang Jidong is coming out of this province. He's at home in Guizhou, 28 years old. He burst onto the scene at JCK, winning the 4-man tournament. One of the most aggressive and exciting new talents we've seen during JCK in the bantamweight division. And the way he won the tournament was really good. He's so confident, willing to stand in front and bang. He landed a ninja choke on his opponent. However, that's the same technique which he lost in his last fight. He got caught very early on by Hu Tao in a ninja choke, which shows you got to be careful. And he was pretty fired up about that loss. Watch out for this guy. He's got a granite chin, willing to stand in the pocket. Sometimes he even drops his hands. A real showman. Very tough. And I've seen him train and roll in the warm-up area. I'm telling you, this guy has some slick jiu-jitsu. The biggest worry I have for him is his training hasn't been very stable, and I hope that he's been able to go to the gyms and find good training partners, because this guy is a very motivated and tough warrior. He's got that real fighter spirit.
Looking now at the tail of the tape, Chubuchen will enjoy a 10-centimeter reach advantage tonight.
Smoke你本场 JCK MMA Fight Night 男子雏量级的复赛争夺，南方选手身高174公分，臂展179厘米，体重61.50公斤； 年龄22岁，来自于成杰部。MMA 综合格斗战绩4战3胜1负 ，JCK 战决胜战绩2战全胜。他就是来自于彝族的小伙居比古切。本场比赛，红方选手身高169公分，臂展169厘米，体重61.10公斤，年龄28岁，来自于成都阿修罗拳王俱乐部。MMA 综合格斗战绩7战6胜1负 ，JCK 战决胜战绩3战2胜1负。他就是火炮杨居栋。本场比赛场上裁判胡金涛。
发手。
不要去打后招，准备使用，然后不要加重我，明白？好，拜拜。Judge, time. Ready, fight!
Chubuchen in the blue and Dong in the red.
Dong opening up with kicks. Chubuchen in the southpaw stance. You know who I'm cheering for?
Southpaw, cheering for the southpaw. I just like the story of Jang. He's just such a, he's like one of those, makes me think about in old days when the warriors, the talented warriors would take a little bag and go to visit all other masters and challenge them and test their skills. He's got that kind of energy about him, just willing to test himself.
Yang Dong, an ethnic Dong. If you're unfamiliar with this minority, look at tonight's ring girls. You see they're dressed in this ethnic Dong attire. They're also of the same ethnicity. Dong firing a low kick there.
See how he fights with his hands low, trying to bait his opponents to come in. I was thinking he's going to do a slip jab and counter, but yeah, unfortunately that his favorite technique he does against other orthodox fighters. Let's see if he can use that against southpaw. Now he switches to the southpaw and back again.
He did look a little bit awkward there when he switched stances. Good move to switch back to orthodox.
Chubuchen did a nice little liver kick there. Sunk his foot into the liver area of Yang.
Oh! Chubuchen lands a hard left.
Big straight left, but look at Yang. He just shakes it off. I'm telling you, this guy reminds me of a honey badger. Just shakes off the damage. It's very, very tough.
Did you see his neck bend when he ate that left? Oh. Look, there's a hard right from...
Oh, another!
Chubuchen, he's going for the kill now.
Chubuchen really looking for the punches.
Dong answering back with a few punches, but he's eating some hard punches now. Chubuchen looking for the finish. He's relentlessly hitting. Every single punch is landing. That's it.
The referee stops it.
Chubuchen wins by TKO in round 1.
What a performance by Chubuchen. He makes a statement here, and look at how tough Yang was. He ate and kept throwing back, but eventually the referee has to step in for the fighter's safety. But Chubuchen, too fast, too good, too powerful. Vaughn, you called it. You told me that you think this should be easy work for Chubuchen. I didn't think. I thought I really like Yang Judong, but oh my God, Chubuchen, so dangerous. Pinpoint accuracy.
Shame on you for betting against the southpaw. Let's look at that left hand.
1,
connect.
2, 3. Let's see again.
Kudos to Dong for surviving so many hard hits.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh my goodness. Oh. And Yang Judong still was trying to fight back. What a spirit. This guy has tons of heart. But yeah, I'm happy the referee stopped this. You got to think about this guy's career and his safety.
Did you see the gash on his eyebrow?
Yep.
And just when Chubuchen was connecting with those punches, just the head rocking back and forth. Dong's head rocking, Yang Judong's head rocking back and forth. the power in Chubuchen's punches is unreal.
接下来宣布比赛结果，本场男子 MMA 综合格斗规则除量级比赛的最终结果为来自于中国的蓝方选手屈比古谦，第一回合2分01秒 TKO 获胜。The winner is blue corner, win by technical knockout。接下来掌声有请颁奖嘉宾，请留步，两位选手请留步。有请颁奖嘉宾，贵州毛江技术开发有限公司毛江1953经典酒总经理宋俊先生。有请颁奖嘉宾同双方选手共同合影留念。感谢颁奖嘉宾，感谢双方选手，谢谢。接下来将要进行的是男子羽级的复赛对决。
Time now for the third fight of the evening. This is a featherweight scrap, making his way to the cage now from the blue corner. And in a hurry, it's Nuli Kuati Bahatoli, hailing from Xinjiang, just 22 years of age, and is undefeated with both wins coming inside the JCK cage. 1 TKO and 1 decision win. But tonight, he faces a tough challenger in Leelle. The training is a concern, experience as well. Let's see what Nuli Kuati Bahatoli brings to his third MMA fight and his third JCK appearance. He's looking to maintain his unblemished MMA record and take it to 3-0.
It's hard to say with these guys because both of them are still pretty young. Both of them are talented, and Nuli Kuati, is very aggressive, got a good chin on him, but it's good matchup, man. It's hard to call this one, I think.
The concern for me is the experience and also the training environment for Nuli Kuati Bahatoli. We don't know anything about his gym. Sure, he's won, but he's only fought twice. His opponent Leelle has like 3 times the experience and is training at a very well-known fight gym. Let's see what happens tonight.
And especially when it gets to those more technical positions. For example, the cage wrestling, when it's the ground and pound, those, the very technical submission escapes or the submission attacks, those things are hard to learn if you're on your own, if you don't have a good system or surround yourself with good training partners and very good coaches. But if it's in the middle and it's striking, you never know. We see his opponent very fired up, Leelle. He was born in Chongqing, which is very close to this area, at only 21 years old. This is the second fighter we see from the formidable team, Black Tiger. And we just saw his teammate, Simbati, dominate her opponents. He is well-rounded and has some great submissions too. His last fight saw him have a draw against Rihan Lula, but it was totally his own fault for losing that because he grabbed the cage one too many times and the referee deducted a point, which ended up making that fight 28-28. He definitely won 2 rounds very clearly. So I'm sure that was a great lesson for the young fighter, and I'm excited to see what this young talent fighter will do, and how he's going to face up against the tall Nuli Kuati. And like you said, Vaughn, we're talking about one of the best and strongest teams in China. There are a few big teams that really are producing the majority of the stars we have in this region, and Team Black Tiger Fight Club in Beijing is one of those gyms. They got a great striking, great grappling program there, and we've seen their fighters come in with phenomenal tactics, especially when it comes to the cage wrestling or ground and pound, and when it comes to their conditioning. Almost never see a Black Tiger fighter come to the cage and not be conditioned.
Looking now at the tail of the tape, and we see the shorter man, Nuli Kuati, will enjoy the reach advantage.
本场 JCK MMA Fight Night 男子羽量级的复赛争夺，南方选手身高178公分，臂展184厘米，体重66.20公斤，年龄22岁，来自于全新格斗俱乐部。MMA 综合格斗战绩2战2胜 ，JCK 战决胜战绩2战全胜，他就是努力库瓦提巴托利。 本场比赛，红方选手身高180公分，臂展176厘米，体重66.40公斤，年龄21岁，来自于著名的北京黑虎搏击俱乐部。MMA 综合格斗战绩11战9胜1平1负 ，JCK 战决胜战绩3战2胜1平。他就是来自于中国的红方选手李磊。本场比赛场上裁判王悦。
Better. It's JCK and then go up the head again. Go ahead here. Touch. Back. Judge. Time. Ready. Fight!
Nuli Kuati in the blue corner and Leelle in the red. Southpaw against Orthodox. Are you going to go for the Southpaw, Vaughn?
You know who I'm calling? No, I think the Leelle has the advantage in this fight still, but...
Oh, big body kick from Leelle, sinking through, catching the ribs there. Now inside kick.
Leelle coming out aggressive here in this fight. He needs to be careful not to get too reckless.
Throwing some bombs here is Leelle.
Nice. Kuati backs Leelle up with a push kick to the guts. Heavy punches there from Leelle.
Leelle is trying to go to war here very, very early. Could it be part of his strategy to close the distance so that he can try to get this fight to the ground? There he is. Trying to dump Kuati to the floor. There he gets him.
We saw Leelle's teammate Simbati with an incredible performance on the ground and against the cage wall in the opening bout this evening. Leelle showing off some of that Black Tiger specialty right now here against the cage wall.
Yeah, their cage wrestling is always very technical and mature. Nice head positioning from him. It feels like he wants to get this fight to the ground, part of Leelle's game plan. But Nuli Kuati not having any of it. He's trying to keep the fight standing where he can use his reach, I believe.
An aggressive start in this fight from Leelle. Remember, folks, we are over 2,000 meters above sea level, and Leelle is not used to training in this condition. So you've got to believe that if he keeps this pace later on in the fight, it's going to cost him.
You're right, but last time we saw him, it was he was fighting in Inner Mongolia at Hohat, and when he fought in Hohat, his fitness was phenomenal. He grew as the fight went on against that fight against Rian Lula. Came out very strong in round 2 and 3. Fishing for the guillotine there is Leelle.
Pummeling, both fighters pummeling, looking for the advantage in this wrestling exchange here against the cage wall. Knees from both fighters, weak though, I must admit.
Hands up high.
Nuli Kuati breaks free from the cage wall, and he's back in the center of the cage.
Slipping in. Oh, both guys
throwing identical punches and moving their head at the exact same time. We missed a train crash right there. Beautiful hands.
Nice.
Right hand from Leelle backing up Nuli Kuati.
And he catches him with that left hook on the exit as well. Another big kick. Throwing
right hand from
Leelle. Not only is he looking to finish, he's looking for a KO of the year.
Nuli Kuati would do well to keep his right hand up. His left hand as well. That overhand from Leelle is beautiful head kick from Leelle.
And he eats it. Kuati just eats it.
Nuli Kuati pushing forward now. There's a nice short left hand from Nuli Kuati.
And we see Leelle looking to slip and throw elbows. A lot of head movement here from Leelle. Another kick.
Something is strange when a southpaw changes to orthodox stance. I wonder what's going through the head of Nuli Kuati. They clinch up here in the center of the cage, dragging each other to the cage wall. Now it's Leelle with his back pressed against the cage wall, and Nuli Kuati grinding away, looking for an advantage here.
Here we see Leelle. He's tried to fish for that guillotine a few times. Might want to jump for the guillotine.
Nuli Kuati level changing, looking for the takedown. Great balance by Leelle. Nuli Kuati though momentarily gets the fight to the ground. Leelle back to his feet, pounding the face. Nuli Kuati has to abandon that single leg. But now he continues to grind, climbing up the back of Leelle. Can he get an advantageous position here?
A nice movement from Kuati. Like, that was very slick and smooth. The way he transitioned between that single leg, going to the back, and now up against the cage again. He's no slouch, man.
Short elbow there from Leelle. Got a knee. Nuli Kuati trying to control the wrist. Oh, look at that dirty shot after the bell.
And the referee might have missed that, I guess. I don't know.
非常好，就这么打，你知道吗？他已经，他。
Do you think they can keep this pace in 2 rounds?
I think Leelle is already slowing down. Let's look at some of the highlights. Look at this. Leelle charging forward. Nuli Kuati answering back. There's an elbow attempt from Leelle.
This was beautiful balance from Leelle. Right after this is where Leelle caught him with a cross to the midsection and a left hook on the exit. But are they going to show that kick? Oh, no, showing that kick. There was one huge kick to the dome of Nuli Kuati.
Ready, ready, fight!
Action resumes.
Oh, Nuli Kuati comes up with a flying knee. Both of these fighters smiling at each other.
Well, that's smart thinking, because in round 1 it was Leelle that charged out aggressively, and I think that Nuli Kuati was expecting. Oh, catch Nuli Kuati slamming him, slamming Leelle there. What a change of tides and a great start in this second round for Nuli Kuati.
I like what he's doing. He's mixing it up with the kicks and the flair, making Leelle second guess what's coming, making him twitch. Another stiff jab. Oh, he catches it with the hook. Another heavy power. This is the finish, and it's over.
Come from behind win for Nuli Kuati. Another win for another southpaw.
Southpaw's on the rise. Tonight is a night for the left hands. My goodness, and it went from nothing to something so fast. What did his coach tell him during the break, Vaughn? he gave him some secret advice there.
Well, what it looked like to me, Woody, was in round one, he was kind of playing a counter game, and it wasn't working out too well for him. He wasn't really getting destroyed, but I don't think he won that first round. And he came out with a totally different game plan in round two, aggressive start, charging forward, and it paid off for him.
And very flary, doing a huge variety of attacks. And I feel he shocked Leelle a little bit, but oh my goodness, the power of Nuli Kuati.
Shame on me for gambling against the southpaw. Look at some of the replays here. Wham.
That was a big left hand.
The hook dropping Leelle, then that hard punch. When you see him turn over like that, you know he's done.
And the referee doing really good there, stepping in.
接下来宣布比赛结果，本场男子 MMA 综合格斗规则与量级比赛的最终结果为：来自于中国的蓝方选手努力库瓦提巴哈托里，第2回合36秒使用地面砸击 TKO 获胜。The winner is blue corner, win by ground and pound. 接下来掌声有请颁奖嘉宾天海一品常务副总张富友先生。好，感谢颁奖嘉宾，感谢红蓝双方选手出色的表现，谢谢。接下来的时间将会进行是今天晚上最后一场的复赛。
Time now for the fourth fight of the evening. This is a welterweight fight. Making his way to the cage now. From the blue corner, it's the jade-faced scholar Mallay, hailing from the northern region of Ningxia. He's just 21 years of age and lives and trains in Henan, Guizhou, where he trains at the world-famous JCK Fight Club, famous for having so many top-level strikers, including, of course, Yilong, one of the most famous strikers in Chinese history. Mallay is also a striker, and he's fought and lost to tonight's opponent, Andy, in a kickboxing rules match. Let's see how Mallay does tonight with the small MMA gloves and the ground game added to the mix. He has belts in kickboxing and has been training the ground. Although this is his MMA debut, it's not hard to be a better grappler than Andy. Andy, of course, has been fighting MMA for some time, but he prefers to strike. And to be honest, he's had so much success with it, he can knock out a horse.
Yes, he could knock out a horse. But, you know, this is a really interesting fight for us because there's so many ways to go. I mean, it's MMA could go anywhere, any time, but these guys know each other on the feet. They might want to revisit their last matchup, but both of them also train grappling. And yeah, this kid, he might just try to take a book out of the other MMA fighter's page and or take a page out of the other MMA fighter's book and take down Andy if he can.
We don't know anything about Mallay, but I think that's a good strategy.
And there we see his opponent, Muheiyati Andy Fitia, better known as the Bull Andy. He is 34 years old, a high-level striker. He moved to MMA at the age of 31. He has had many kickboxing fights and still competes in kickboxing fights to this day. His move to MMA has had mixed results with a pro record of 3-3, but it's a very predictable story. If he can keep the fight on the feet, he is not only very dangerous, fast, and technical, but he ends up usually winning the fights. However, his ground game has been his Achilles heel. He has been training with the team Longyuan, and we know they have a very good grappling program there and lots of leg lockers in that team. So how many new tricks can you teach an old dog is the question. But we've seen him fight after he joined Team Longyuan. He's been there for, I think, 2 years or more than 2 years, and I don't think we've seen him try a takedown yet. I saw him in the warm-up area and I said, hey, how's it going? We were taking some photos, joking around, saying, does he have cauliflower ear? And he pointed to his right ear, he's like, yes, I've been training takedowns. And I laughed at him saying, well, are you gonna show us one tonight? And he's a very cool, calm guy, and he was smiling at me and says, maybe. So let's see if Andy is going to show us his newly acquired grappling skills, or is he going to, go back to what worked in their first fight and keep it on the feet? He does have very powerful kicks. Very respectful guy. Look at him. He's a veteran of fighting, but trust me, he goes slow until he turns on the explosive power.
As we look at the tail of the tape now, we see 13 years of age separates these two strikers.
本场 JCK MMA Fight Night 男子次重量级的复赛交锋，南方选手身高184公分，臂展185厘米，体重77.20公斤，年龄21岁，来自于著名的顺远搏击俱乐部。那么今天晚上是他的 JCK 战绝城的首秀，他就是来自于中国的南方选手Mallay。本场比赛，红方选手身高182公分，臂展192厘米，体重77.40公斤，年龄34岁，来自于哈尔滨龙云综合格斗俱乐部。MMA 综合格斗战绩7战4胜3负 ，JCK 战绝城战绩5战3胜2负。Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the right corner from France. I give you the Hawks. 本场比赛场上裁判黄金刚。
Fighter. Watch the back hand. Watch your finger. Watch lob. Okay, touch. Back. Then lock. Judge, time. Ready, fight!
Mallay in the blue and Andy in the red.
Mallay in the southpaw stance.
Look at Andy just walking him down. So calm and confident. Already got, nice kick to the body. But it was Mallay looking for that straight left through the middle. Another big kick from Andy. Oh, he catches Andy with two. Big hook.
Mallay firing some beautiful punches there, taking advantage of these small gloves.
Straight to the middle with that left cross. Now it's Andy who leans back and throws that left hook on the exit. Might go for another big kick, but Mallay is ready for his kicks with some peppery punches.
Chatting with Mallay in the hotel restaurant yesterday, he said that in their kickboxing match, he discovered that Andy's kicks are stronger than his. That's probably why he's relying on punches here in this fight, closing the distance, getting close enough to punch, and looking to outpoint Andy or perhaps knock him out in this MMA rules contest.
He's really looking for that straight left, especially if Andy kicks, like he wants to counter him as Andy kicks, counter him at the same time. Both these guys have more than enough to put the other guy to sleep.
Andy more flat-footed. Another Mallay light on his feet. You see the power of Andy's kick just blowing Mallay across the cage.
Another straight goes to the middle.
Beautiful work from Mallay, mixing it up, body then to the head.
But Andy also catches him with that left hook.
I think the difference here is Mallay has better combinations, better boxing, but the power advantage still goes to Andy. If Andy hit Mallay with the combination that Mallay hit Andy with, I believe Mallay would be asleep.
Another big punch from Mallay. Very more loopy overhand.
Beautiful
Nice
kick there from Andy. Getting away from that cage wall, Andy circling back to the center of the cage. Hard punch there from Andy, pushing back Mallay.
Nice oblique kick.
Beautiful combination there from Mallay. 1-2, and then again with the left hand. Mallay catching that kick, pushing Andy back. We have not seen Andy struggle on the feet like this.
Now it's Andy cage wrestling. Will he be able to take Mallay down? It's Mallay with double underhooks now.
The action is against the cage wall, right in front of us. Mallay peppering with knees to the thigh. Andy fighting to get a better grip and perhaps break away from this cage wall. Mallay, look at this, level changing, looking for a takedown. Andy with the crossface, good work to pry off that grip. Mallay not giving up though, peppering with a punch there to the head, then to the body, a knee now.
Yeah, Mallay's doing really good here, showing nice wall control. Andy not spinning off the wall for now. Oh, he just throws it to the ground. Can he pull his legs up, Andy? But Andy's up again.
Mallay trying to
drag him down.
Andy with good head position there, making it difficult for Mallay to press forward. Good wrist control from Andy as well. There's a knee from Andy. There's a knee back from Mallay. An action-packed first round, nearing the final 30 seconds of this opening round.
You go to, it's been an action-packed, like you said. But I don't know. I think that so far, Mallay's doing really, really good here.
Beautiful.
Oh, big elbow.
We have not seen Andy get hit like this in a striking exchange.
Never. This is the most damage he's taken on the feet from anybody.
From an opponent he has formerly beat in a kickboxing contest. Who would believe the improvements of Mallay, just 21 years old, 13 years younger than Andy. And what an impressive round. I thought it was going to be all Andy. That was, of course, until I discovered Mallay coming out in the southpaw stance.
And it was also interesting, it was Andy who was looking for the takedown. He engaged the clinch. He was looking to take this fight to the ground. Let's have a look at some of the highlights here.
Here comes
so many left crosses from Mallay.
Mallay coming in with a beautiful combination. There's a nice left hand that connects, backs up Andy. A nice kick from Andy, caught by Mallay. And another attack from the Chinese fighter. There's Mallay showing off his new and improved ground game. There's a beautiful elbow against the cage wall. You got to give that round to Mallay.
Yeah. Well, let's see what the refs see, but I totally agree with you on that. I'm curious to see, is Andy going to come out a little bit different? Is he going to change his energy? You hear the crowd screaming for the younger fighter a lot. Obviously having some home ground advantage here for the Chinese fighter.
Andy pushing forward. Mallay quick to move back. Staying light on his feet. There's a nice sharp left hand for Mallay.
Andy.
There's Andy with a hard right cross. That's the kryptonite when you're fighting a southpaw fighter.
And a nice push kick right to the guts of Mallay. Another right hand. Now it's Andy looking for the
takedown. He gets it.
Andy's on top. Can he keep him down? Not the most technical, but he's got him down finally. Head's a little bit on the wrong side, but he's got...
We have seen Andy fight 5 fights here in JCK, and though the fights have gotten to the ground once or twice, it's never been Andy that's instigated the takedown. This is the first in history.
Or Andy up on top.
He's got Mallay reverses the situation. He's on top now. Close guard from Andy. What is on his mind now? I bet he wasn't thinking he was going to get reversed. Is he going to regret initiating this grappling exchange and ground war?
Is he going to get him off him is the question. We see the corner of Mallay shouting instructions to him. Very vocal there.
Mallay's posturing up here, scoring with some punches. Andy opening his guard. Wouldn't it be insane if we saw him slap on a triangle?
Yeah, well, any submission would be really cool. Mallay doing good here. If he turns a little bit to the other side, he can press the oh, he's passing the guard.
Beautiful work from Mallay. He's got, oh no, he's going full mount. And he's in trouble here. We've seen him in this position before, and he struggled. Mallay looking for the TKO. Making sure to balance. He puts his hand on the mat. Postures up now, peppering with hooks. Andy struggling here from the bottom, trying to power his way up. Mallay mauls him back to the ground.
Rips that face back down with a cross face, and is Mallay on top, relentless, ground and pound.
We're only halfway through this second round. Plenty of time for Mallay to finish this fight. Andy needs to make a move.
And he's the bum. He cannot just push him like that. If only Mallay knew how to armbar.
Peppering with punches here. Mallay looking for the TKO. Andy in trouble. He's not really comfortable in this position. Trying his best to defend the punches. Throwing hammer fists from the bottom. That's unique.
Mallay breathing deep, taking the time to stabilize over there. And he's trying to get his feet in, but he must be careful. He's giving an armbar over here.
Oh, Andy powers.
He just sits up, picks him up and powers up.
Andy powers through that mount.
Oh, big hands from Andy on the exit.
Now will Andy initiate another takedown? I doubt it.
Andy ate a lot of damage there. Must be pretty tired, but he is walking forward, both these guys.
Mallay too,
breathing deep.
Mallay too with his mouth wide open, gasping for air.
Remember folks, we are 2,200 meters above sea level. And it's Mallay who shoots for a takedown.
Mallay maybe realizing that he has the strength on the ground, initiating the takedown. Andy with a beautiful sprawl.
But he's got to get that leg, he's got to get that hip down. He's got the wrong hip down. He must straighten that left knee away from Mallay. Mallay's going to pick him up and drive him over if he's not careful. That's what I'm talking about. That's the crossface, and drop that hip.
Inside the final minute of round 2 here. Andy cautiously looking for a way out of this leg control.
That's the pressure he needs to defend this, Andy. Is Andy going to move to the back, or is he going to try to stand up?
Is Andy thinking perhaps about a submission? That would be shocking.
Well, 25 seconds left. Now he works the body. That is the side of the liver.
Another sprawl from Andy, doing well to manage this position. Final 10 seconds of round 2. Warning from the referee, Andy's knee bumped the head of Mallay, I believe. We'll see a final round of action. Both fighters giving it their all in the opening 2 rounds.
I didn't think this fight was going to go this long, but it's been good for the going.
Blood on the face of Mallay. Blood that is, though. Let's look at the highlights. There's Andy, level changing, driving forward with this kind of modified seatbelt takedown.
But just flips him over. Mallay from the half guard.
Look at this though, Andy just powering out with that old school jiu-jitsu. Yeah, baby.
That's the call. Yeah, baby, I'm up. You know, when I see that, my mind's just like, armbar. But, you know, you can't expect guys that have dedicated such a huge portion of their life. And, you know, Mallay is only 21 years old. Not to know much about arm bars and jiu-jitsu. He's been doing really good on the ground as well.
Earlier, we were talking about how Simbati looked good in her MMA debut. This is Mallay's MMA debut. He's just 21 years of age, and he looks fantastic. With this, they clinch up here in another exchange against the cage wall. Mallay's got the underhook there with his left hand.
Yeah, he had double underhooks, but Andy was able to get the other hand. Oh, nice little knee from Andy to the body.
In round one, at the end of round one, we saw Mallay pound Andy from this position with a powerful right elbow. Will we see another one here in the third round?
You see Andy throwing in some knees there. Referee telling him not to hold the cage. And he almost
looking for that Thai plum, right? Yes. I thought that was. I was expecting a knee to the face there too.
I felt that one coming, but
Mallay felt it too. I think got his head out of there just in time.
Actually, if Andy wants, he can disengage here. He just spin out. Should be able to disengage, but I think he feels.
Oh, beautiful knees from Andy there.
To the head.
Scoring here in this third round. He's got to come back. I think Mallay is up 2 rounds to none.
Yeah, I don't know. The corner of Andy is very quiet. We see that Jang himself over there, but just watching or not shouting too much. One wonders how much of this is communication problems or if it's just that they let him fight his own way. Oh, just powering him down. He's going to go for the kick. Yep. Knee to the face.
Andy waiting patiently for Mallay to stand up, avoiding the foul and firing the knee there.
And he can go to the back now.
I'd like to see Mallay disengage and pepper with some combinations. I think Andy must be exhausted.
I think they're both exhausted. It looks to me like Mallay actually wants to close the distance to get the grappling because he feels, Andy does a nice trip, and he's in full mount. Now it's his turn to dish up some ground and pound. Heavy elbow there. And we know Andy's got some power. Another slipping elbow. That's my favorite technique. Another short little elbow.
Mallay does not look comfortable in this position.
And
is he going to find a way out of this?
2.5 minutes left here. Andy drops another elbow. Hammer fist, hammer fist.
Mallay has to do something. 2 minutes is too long to be under the mount of Andy in this position, especially no bridge, no wall walk. Come on, Mallay, you got to make a move or Andy's going to come back and get the TKO.
And you know, the referee's looking at this pretty close. He's telling him to fight back. The referee's going to stop the visit up.
Andy looking for the comeback win.
And that's it.
A big comeback from Andy.
Andy the Boo makes a comeback victory here in the mountains, 2,200 meters above sea level. Had to dig deep, but what a performance from both these fighters.
Pulling, grappling out of his bag of tricks. What a shock. We never thought it would be that way. We thought if it was to stay on the feet, Andy would win like he did in their kickboxing match, and if it went to the ground, Mallay would have had the advantage, which he did until he didn't.
Awesome fight here from Andy, and he needed the finish to get the win. Let's have a look here. Look at this beautiful trip. That reap drops down into quarter mount and then slips through, goes straight to full mount, and that was the beginning of the end for Mallay. And the patience and the calmness of Andy, so evident here, taking his time and dishing out the finish.
接下来宣布比赛结果。本场男子 MMA 综合格斗规则次重量级比赛的最终结果为：来自于法国的安迪，第3回合04秒使用地面砸击 TKO 获胜。The winner is Red Corner。接下来，让我们掌声有请颁奖嘉宾贵州毛江技术开发有限公司毛江1953经典酒董事长雷文武先生。感谢颁奖嘉宾，感谢双方选手，谢谢。
欢迎大家来到 JCK 绝城之夜 N97贵州威宁站的赛前新闻发布会的现场。
Всех приветствую, Китай, привет. Смотрите, по поводу соперника, смотрел, не смотрел бои. Я видел в прямом эфире его бой с Русом. Я видел, что он сделал с ним. Я постараюсь сделать еще лучше и еще быстрее.
能不能预测一下这个比赛？
还是以我以往的风格，能终结指定不是打码。
У соперника есть только правая хорошая рука. В принципе, на этом все.
那我会的可多了，等到时候比赛的时候，慢慢拿它展示吧。来到战局场，明天让我慢慢摧毁你。
Не обманывай себя, не обманывай.
您的13场胜利全部是终结对手，我想跟您确认一下，这个信息准确吗？
我想要让更多的人认识我，让更多内蒙喜欢综合格斗的人去接触这个 MMA， 就是去推动 MMA。
Ода түсініп тұрмын, жақсы ударник, бірақ нокаут планда жоқ. 3 раунд жақсы жекпе-жек болады деп ойлап тұрмын. Енді ошибкасын қараймыз. Енді ошибка болған жағдайда может нокаут көріп қалуымыз мүмкін.
想终结我的话呢，就费点劲了。 在这个级别想摔我的能摔倒，其实很难。要是打站立的话，我更不怕你来吧。就是我们看我们谁先倒。
Ассалаумалейкум, Китай. Біріншіден біздер ат келіп келіп тұрып, сен айтқан екенсің, китайский кунг-фу көрсетемін деп. Ертең мен қазақтың боксингін көрсететін боламын.
南方选手叶德里穆黑亚提来自于北京黑虎搏击俱乐部 JCK 绝城之夜 N94 4人新锐赛比赛冠军 ，JCK 战绝城战绩2战全胜。他的对手李洪基来自于西安四海连城搏击俱乐部，技术全面。接下来比赛即将开始。
我是李洪基，来自四海连城。
我是叶德利，我来自黑虎搏击。这是我拿到合同后的首场比赛，我很兴奋，我相信自己会在这场比赛上表现自己。
看过他的比赛，他偏站立一点吧，然后站立拳腿都挺不错的，个高。
叶德利在这个竞技比赛，2023年全国综合格斗锦标赛和2024年全国综合格斗锦标赛中，分别获得了冠军和亚军。
我个子和臂展要比他长，我相信自己能在站立上能碾压他。
碾压我是不可能的，虽然他的拳腿很长，但是硬度还远远不够。
砸击！
上面砸拳，连续的打击，连续的打击，
打懵了。
这是一场年轻人之间的较量，
我会教他一点东西。
哦，中扫！哦，爆杆了，爆杆！
让我们看看，在这场年轻人的较量之中，谁会走到最后吧。
让我们拭目以待。
Time now to kick off the main card. This is a flyweight bout. Making his way to the cage now from the blue corner, it's Yedi Muheiyati. Hailing from Xinjiang, he's just 23 years of age, and he now lives and trains in Beijing at Black Tiger Fight Club. Black Tiger has been doing well tonight. Yedi is a 4-man tournament winner, beating Jang and Yang Jukang with a body kick victory in round 1, then a decision win in the second round of a 4-man tournament. He's won those 2 fights here in JCK, but lost 3 outside the JCK cage, making him 2-3 going into this fight. I believe he has a very tough fight ahead of him tonight, as he faces the always exciting Li Hongji. Surprisingly, Woody hopes Yedi proves me wrong. Woody.
That's not true. I didn't say I hope he's going to beat him. I just think if I was to place a bet, I think Yedi just edges it. It's a very, very close. Man, this is my favorite fight of the night, and I'm a huge Li Hongji fan. But Yedi is so good too, man.
Win or lose, Li Hongji is always an exciting fighter, and Yedi is looking to make Li Hongji lose tonight.
And there we see his opponent, Li Hongji. This 24-year-old is a native from Henan, super talented, and like I've said, I've got him pegged to become an MMA star. Today he's fighting another very talented up-and-comer. This bout is my pick of the card today because these 2 young fighters will almost definitely fight each other in the future again, and they are the future of the Chinese flyweight division, in my opinion. Li is super explosive and has very crisp striking. In his last fight, we saw him with a very disappointing result because he had a no contest. But keep your eyes open for this fight, folks. Li Hongji is one of those characters, when you see him fight, he'll be smiling and enjoying the fight, and he is so crisp. Remember that nice knees that he throws up through the middle. He does jumping attacks, and he's no slouch on the ground. He does have submission wins over in his past, and very well-rounded. Although his record isn't as beautiful as you think, he's lost against some of the big names, and he is really, really talented. Vaughn, you got Li Hongji. I think Yedi edges it, but in my opinion, no matter who wins tonight, I'm going to be happy because I'm a fan of both these young fighters. Looking at the matchup card between these 2 fighters,
we see how these warriors stack up.
本场 JCK MMA Fight Night 男子银量级的正在争夺。蓝方选手身高178公分，臂展181厘米，体重57.30公斤，年龄23岁，来自于著名的北京黑虎搏击俱乐部。MMA 综合格斗战绩4战2胜2负 ，JCK 战决胜战绩2战全胜。他就是Yedi Muheiyati。本场比赛，红方选手身高174公分，臂展181厘米，体重57.50公斤，年龄24岁，来自于西安四海连城搏击俱乐部。MMA 综合格斗战绩14战9战 9胜4负，1战无结果。JCK 战局成战绩5战2胜2负，1战无结果。他就是战斗机李洪基。
来。
那么今天晚上比赛也非常高兴邀请到了国内著名的擂台解说专家侯宇老师和刘通老师，他们2位将在现场为大家带来今天晚上比赛的直播评述。同时，英文解说的部分非常荣幸的邀请到了著名的综合格斗运动员、教练员，同时也是赛事评论员的 Von Anderson 和 Woody Parketer 进行现场的呈现。Welcome！ 同时还要特别感谢言之有理赵岩老师的鼎力相助。本场比赛场上裁判白云峰。
Better. Push from here, no problem. No back here. Pass. Back column. Judge, time. Ready? Fight!
Yedi in the blue and Li Hongji in the red. Look at the fast footwork of both these fighters.
Two super exciting strikers with complete ground games as well. Li Hongji never has a boring fight.
He's so fast. These flyweights, powerful, fast, explosive.
Yedi switching stances. Now he's in the orthodox stance. Before he switched to southpaw.
Throws in that little low calf kick. Trying to utilize his reach here against the short opponent. Oh, big punches thrown from Li Hongji.
On the attack, level changing there, looking for the takedown, picking up.
Look at this. Yedi is trying to cinch in a guillotine here.
This is a bad spot for Li Hongji. He's caught here in this guillotine. Will Yedi be able to finish it?
It doesn't look like Yedi has been able to connect his arms correctly. Li Hongji is putting on the pressure right. If Yedi can connect his hands now, Li Hongji will be in trouble, but looks like he's got the arm across, not allowing him to connect those arms. Yes, and Yedi gives up on that guillotine.
Li Hongji posturing up here. Got to be careful though. Yedi looking to take the back perhaps. Yedi to his feet now.
Oh, look at this! Look at this!
Li Hongji
getting goes to the back.
The rear naked choke. Is he going to be able to finish it here?
Switch sides. Look at Yedi.
Yedi fighting off this choke well, but he's in a dangerous spot. It's very cold inside this stadium. You got to believe that these guys are not going to get sweaty that easily.
Vaughn, this 2 minutes in, and how much action have we seen? I told you, these guys are going to bring it. So technical, so talented.
Li Hongji got the back, wrapping up the body lock here. This is a bad spot for Yedi.
But remember, he's training partners of Wang Xiaoxiang, and Wang Xiaoxiang has that body lock counter defense. When Wang Xiaoxiang got caught, he just knows how to escape when Dudita put it on him. They're training partners. Surely he's taught him his little secret moves.
Li Hongji continues with this tight back control, peppering now with punches to the head and body. Yedi in a bad spot. Look at that now. For a second there, it looked like Li Hongji was going to get another chance at that throat.
Yedi doing really good here, defending
the choke well, but struggling with that body lock. More punches there from Li Hongji as Yedi tries his best to get out of this tough spot.
Yedi needs to do something about this hooks and body lock that Li Hongji's got on him, because he doesn't have an answer for him as yet. Now he's going to turn, almost turns, but Li Hongji climbs back up.
Yedi looking to turn around perhaps and get inside the closed guard of Li Hongji.
Li Hongji's so good sticking to the back here, not allowing him the space to turn around. Every time he sets up, pulls him back, threatens with a rear naked choke. 1 minute, 20 seconds left. Nice punches here from Li Hongji now.
Body, head, making it difficult for Yedi to find the rhythm, to predict where the punches will land. Not terribly damaging punches, but scoring nonetheless inside the final minute of the first round.
And we see here more of the same. So well controlled is Li Hongji, and Yedi doesn't have an answer to get out of his position, but he is defending the submission and hasn't taken too much damage though. But the control time, riding the back of Yedi for about 4 minutes of this fight. Surely, if he can keep this going, he's got 1 round in the books. Going for the crossface crank. Look at Li Hongji staying very calm here on the back. Might be looking for an armbar here. He knows he has little time left, so
the clock ticks down, perhaps saved by the bell. We'll see a second round of action. Woody, would you give that round to Yedi?
Of course I will.
All Li Hongji in that opening round.
Yeah, that was a
fantastic
work. Yes, very dominant performance, but look at Yedi. He doesn't look too phased, bro. I don't think he should count him out.
Let's look at some of the action from that opening round. There's the level change. And Li Hongji picking. See, this is a dangerous spot. Yedi has the throat there.
And he just misses to connect the hands there. He should have committed to go for, and this was really cool when Li Hongji jumps on the back, almost gets in that rear naked choke without the hooks, but still awesome from the standing position. Just jumps on that rear naked choke.
Taken out. Out. Ready? Ready? Fight!
Round 2.
Touch of gloves. Both fighters light on their feet in the center of the cage.
Oh! Big kick!
Yedi,
now Yedi looks for the guillotine again.
He saw this in round 1.
Oh, he's going for a ninja choke reversal. He's got his hands connected. Li Hongji needs to be careful here, but he's passing the guard. If he passes the guard, he's okay. Wow, Li Hongji very composed.
Taking out the support arm and putting Yedi flat on his back now. Li Hongji, another action-packed start to the second round.
Gives up, almost gives up the back, Yedi there.
Very close to taking the back. Good work from Yedi to avoid that terrible situation. He struggled incredibly with that back and body lock control in round 1.
Nice control here from the half guard on top from Li Hongji again.
Li Hongji try.
Oh, he needs to be careful.
He's going.
This is bad.
He's going for the arm
He's
triangle
going for the
here.
arm triangle.
It's a good position. Amazing work from Yedi to power out of it, but he's not out of deep water yet.
He might go to sleep here. I don't see him tapping. He doesn't look like the kind of guy that will tap.
Yedi fighting off this. Look at this. It's not tight, though. It's not tight. I think he's still got a chance of surviving this, but he's going to have to wait until
Look at this.
Li abandoned it. And that is exactly what happened. Look at this. A little bit reckless there, Yedi, but it worked out for him. He's on top inside the closed guard, but Li Hongji wrapping up that arm triangle there.
From the closed guard. He can sweep pretty easily from here if he can get a butterfly hook. If he can get the right butterfly hook, it's pretty easy sweep. Other side, other side.
Got the wrong butterfly.
Side. Yes. Lets it go. Surely he didn't hear me call the butterfly hook.
So far, it's been a better second round for Yedi than round 1, but still reaching the halfway point, it's still anyone's round.
And Yedi is super talented and so tough. So is Li Hongji. Li Hongji looking for a leg.
Looking for the heel hook there.
And look at Weston going for a toe hold. Yedi looking for the toe hold.
A leg lock exchange here, both fighters.
And it's Yedi that comes up on top.
There's a takedown, there's an inside trip there from Li Hongji and a bit of a scramble here on the ground. Li Hongji passing the guard and controlling those hips well. Yedi's got a hold of the head, but Li Hongji's not in trouble there. Short elbow from the bottom from Yedi.
Li Hongji so tenacious in his control.
2 more elbows from Yedi on the bottom. Li Hongji needs to be careful.
Look at Yedi, goes to his knees. Can he wrestle up here? Can he get the underhook? Don't give the back. He's already given 1 hook.
Li Hongji with nice control on that left leg of Yedi.
He's got a fully grapevined. If Yedi can just kick his leg over and try to scoot his leg back, he can stand up. But from here, he needs to be really careful for Li Hongji to get the second hook or even threaten with a rear naked choke. There he goes, tries to turn.
Yedi powers out of it, gets his legs through and turns over. He's back to his feet now with the grind against the cage wall. Look at that, reckless takedown trip there.
Look at Yedi dropping the bombs. He himself.
Yedi with a comeback in this second round. Now it's Yedi going for back control. Yedi giving Li Hongji a taste of his own medicine. Yeah, peppering with punches here. A bad spot for Li Hongji. He's got to make a move.
And he's also got the body lock, exactly the same position we saw from Li Hongji, although a lot less riding time though. Can he keep this position, or will Li Hongji be able to escape? 20 seconds if he wants to go for a submission. Not much time left.
Yedi controlling well with that body lock, giving Li Hongji a taste of his own medicine here in round 2.
Really softly.
I think it's 1 round apiece, Woody.
Yeah, that second one was really close. Hard to say. I think, you know, recency bias. We saw Yedi better in the end, but that round I felt like
Let's look at some of the replays from that second round. We saw this in round 1 as well.
And you know, look, he connects but doesn't hold on to this grip when he drops down. Should have kept that grip and go for the, and you know that.
And here's this leg lock war.
Gets the back.
Lots of action in this fight so far.
So back and forth. This is what I said. This is living up to the hype.
Back and forth and variety.
And just the skill level shown, you know, showcased. These guys are so damn good.
Ready? Fight!
Respectful hug. They disengage and get ready to throw down. Yedi in the southpaw stance for this 3rd round.
Not as light on his feet as Yedi. Shows the knee a little bit there. Oh, another big kick.
Beautiful work from Yedi, but Li Hongji takes him down. This is where Li Hongji did so well in round 1.
Heavy on the hips is Li Hongji. Yedi climbs his way back up onto his feet.
Pressed up against the cage. Look at this.
Wow.
Yedi looking for the switch.
So fast. Not only did he kick his leg out, immediately spins back and starts fishing for that back. He's got 1 hook in. Yedi did escape this position in the last round. He needs to turn back into Li Hongji. Don't think Li Hongji's got his arm under the chin yet there. Oh, and Li Hongji gets the second hook. We saw from the first round, Yedi had a hard time getting Li Hongji off his back. There he's trying to pry the legs open.
Yedi needs to watch his throat in this position. I think that it's a little bit like I understand how difficult it is to fight off that body lock, and it's important to prevent it from locking up, but not at the expense of your throat. Li Hongji doing well to keep super tight control of the back, following Yedi as he rolls over to his knees, trying to keep the control with that underhook. Hammer fist there from Li Hongji. Yedi trying to roll out.
And he does. Can he sit up there? Now is Yedi back on top.
A much more even match than I expected, Woody.
I told you, this Yedi is really talented, but so is Li Hongji. You know, imagine these guys 5 years from now if they keep growing as athletes. You know, they're already skill-wise. This is the skill set they're showcasing right now is the same as the pinnacle of this division. You know, just they need a bit more maturity, maybe a little bit more power. But my goodness, are these guys technical? And what a nice fight so far. Going hunting for the finish now is Yedi looking for the guillotine.
Li Hongji reverses the situation. Yedi needs to be careful. Smart on him to let go of the head. He could have got caught in a Von Flue choke.
It looked like he was looking for a buggy choke. That would be awesome if he does a buggy choke.
Li Hongji controlling here. Yedi making it very difficult for Li Hongji, but still Li Hongji continues to control well throughout this final round, peppering with punches here from the turtle position. More punches there from Li Hongji. A tough spot for Yedi. He's trying to stand up. Li Hongji following him to the cage wall.
Li Hongji's coach talking to him. We see Yedi looking at his corner. Look at that far side grip that Li Hongji has. Feels like the strength advantage is showing a little bit between these two fighters. Li Hongji being a little bit more athletic, but Yedi also so tenacious, not giving up, squirming his way out of tough positions.
Knees to the head from Li Hongji, scoring there against the cage wall. Yedi's got to make a move. Instructions from the referee, the call for action. Smart knee there from Yedi. Li Hongji gets the fight to the ground again.
Picks him up, dumps him on his butt.
Yedi looking for instructions from his corner, perhaps. He's contemplating that anaconda choke, but from this position, it's not easy to finish.
10 seconds left.
Li Hongji,
what a back and forth fight.
In an attempt to tripod and score some final blows before the end of the fight. You got to give that fight to Li Hongji, but kudos to Yedi. He did well in this fight. Better than I expected.
What an entertaining fight. That was awesome. And yeah, you called it. Well, let's see if the judges agree, but I would say that decision would probably go to the red corner, Li Hongji. But like I said, I feel we are the winners of this fight because we got to see that really nice showcase bout.
Here's the replays from the fight. This was round one. And that interesting, exciting takedown that led right to back control.
And here he actually connected the hands before he dropped. If he just kept that connection, Li Hongji would have been in bigger trouble. And also surviving that
arm triangle,
yes, that was really well done by Yedi, tough as nails. He also gave Li Hongji some of his own medicine, as we've said.
接下来宣布比赛结果。本场男子 MMA 综合格斗规则，银量级比赛的最终裁定结果如下： 1号裁判29比28 ，Judge number 1 29 to 28。2号裁判29比28 ，Judge number 2 29 to 28。3号裁判29比28 ，Judge number 3 29 to 28。本场比赛3位裁判一致性判定，红方胜。For the winner by unanimous decision, win by point, presenting China, the red corner, 李红旗。接下来，让我们掌声有请颁奖嘉宾，贵州威宁产业投资集团有限公司总经理陈志新先生。感谢颁奖嘉宾，感谢双方选手。接下来的时间将会为现场以及屏前的各位带来一场次重量级的中俄对决。蓝方选手 Alexander Zerrianov。来自俄罗斯的实力选手，上场比赛曾以蟒蛇脚的方式降服马赞基尔。他的对手张玉鹤来自于哈尔滨龙云综合格斗俱乐部，打法硬朗，自重量级官方排名第5。接下来2位选手即将展开交锋。
我是吉林战虎张玉鹤。
有了他的比赛，应该说这个八角笼会被点燃，
会非常的精彩。
我这次状态无敌了已经。
Всем привет, меня зовут Zerrianov Александр, я боец из России, из клуба Шторм.
16胜1负的战绩，13连胜。
是。
Говоря по оппоненту, этот поединок может проходить все 3 раунда, и в стойке, и в джиу-джитсу.
他想怎么打我就怎么跟他打，因为风格很像嘛，怎么打都行。我是饥饿吧，然后12号生吃他。
我们看一下，哦呦，
虎虎生风的2个摆拳。
没错啊，吉林战虎人如其名。下转上之后，我们看
锁腿，拿到足跟沟的位置，很紧了，要小哇！
哦，西十字弓吗？
西十哦。
吉林最硬的男人永不后退。
看清楚这一下，一把朝头，搭上扣 ，OK 呀，马上
气合成。
这个挺紧的，我们看一下，
这次蟒蛇
挺紧的，非常紧了已经。
看一下。
Давай покажем красивый зрелищный бой. Ты молодой, я молодой, мы оба настроены на одну, на победу. Только уважение.
吉林最硬的男人来了，希望压力山大，你不要压力太山大。
Now it's time for a welterweight scrap. This is a fight I believe could be fight of the night. Super excited about this matchup. Making his way to the cage now from the blue corner. From Russia, it's Drago Alexander Zerrianov. 23 years of age, training out of Storm Gym, run by Alexander Shlamenko. Zerrianov made his JCK debut in December of last year with a come-from-behind Anaconda choke win in round 1, becoming the victor of JCK's first ever fully international matchup. He has a disputable loss, making him unofficially 2-1 as a pro and officially undefeated as a pro, but he has a plethora of amateur wins, including titles as an amateur. He's a very, very accomplished fighter. He's excelled as an amateur, winning titles there before his pro career kicked off. He's an amazing fighter, and I think that he has a very good chance of winning this fight, but you can never put anything past his extremely powerful and dangerous everywhere opponent in Zhang Yuhe. Final preparations getting made now before Zerrianov steps into the cage for his second JCK debut. Look at the focus on the eyes of Zerrianov, just 23 years of age, as he prepares for war. He just loves JCK. Every time I see him at the fights, you know, he's running up, shaking hands with everyone. You know, it's difficult for us to communicate, but he finds a way to let us know he's grateful.
And this is his first fight after he signed with JCK.
Zerrianov steps into the cage for this, his second JCK appearance.
And there is his opponent, Zhang Yuhe. This 25-year-old is from northern China and Jilin, just like his nickname, the Jilin War Tiger. He loves grappling, but man, is he a juggernaut. A ball of muscle. He always brings the action and has never had a boring fight. When I interviewed him, he said he did a bunch of specific training for this opponent, and he doesn't think the fight will go the distance. He says they have very similar styles of fighting, and even though he acknowledges his opponent has the height and reach advantage, he believes he has much more power than the Russian. And he thinks that if he catches him with his hands, he'll be able to put the Russian out, and if it goes to the floor, his power will be too much for the Russian to handle. I'm very curious where this is going to play out. When I spoke to Zerrianov's coach, he said he predicts this is going to end up on the ground, and he thinks Zerrianov has better wrestling, which means they are planning to implement a top game if they can make the wrestling happen. I'm very curious, man. This, like you said, this fight is, if I was to bet on a fight not going the distance tonight, it'll be this one.
Zhang Yuhe has, you know, he's got a wrestling base, so he can very, very likely decide whether the fight stays on the feet or goes to the ground. And on the feet, he comes out swinging, but he has incredible accuracy as well.
He's got
just
big
look
power.
Look at the physique.
No, he's a monster of a man. But also the reach of the Russian. If the Russian chooses to stay outside and pick him apart, he could try to do that too. Both these guys, very, very, very stoic. Look at Zhang Yuhe, how slowly he walks over. So stoic.
Looking now at the tail of the tape, and we can see a considerable reach advantage favors Zerrianov.
本场 JCK MMA Fight Night 男子次中量级的正赛争夺，蓝方选手身高184公分，臂展194厘米，体重77.50公斤，年龄23岁，来自于 Stone by Alexander Shlemenko。MMA 综合格斗战绩3战2胜1负 ，JCK 战决胜战绩1战1胜。Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the blue corner from Omsk, Russia. I give you Alexander the Drago Zerrianov。本场比赛，红方选手身高178公分，臂展180厘米，体重77.40公斤，年龄25岁，来自于哈尔滨龙云综合格斗俱乐部。MMA 综合格斗战绩14战9胜5负 ，JCK 战决胜战绩10战5胜5负。他就是被誉为吉林最硬的男人，吉林战虎张玉浩。本场比赛场上裁判王安颖。
Fighter. No punch. No, cross. No cross. No. Just. Hi. Ready? Fight!
Zerrianov in the blue and Jang in the red. And you see Jang rush out to the middle. But now it's Zerrianov using his long jab to keep the distance.
Zerrianov knows he's got beautiful spinning heel kick to the guts. What a surprise. And Zerrianov using that jab arm to maintain distance. He has a considerable reach advantage in this matchup. Both fighters in the center of the cage. There's a hard right cross from Zerrianov. A low kick. Look at the knee buckle. The power of Zerrianov is also dangerous.
But look at Jang. He shows what he wants to do. If he eats a kick, he's throwing bombs. He just threw a huge overhand.
Oh! Hard punch.
Both
from
guys
Jang,
landing.
backing up Russia's Zerrianov.
A stiff jab 8, but then he throws a monster. Another big overhand. Drops down, throws that overhand.
Great strategy from Jang there, waiting for Zerrianov to throw that low kick and come over the top of that mammoth right hook.
I think he's going to do the overhand and go to the double leg. I think he's setting up a double leg after he does an overhand. How long before he tries to... Maybe he wants to keep it on the feet, but...
You see, so far, they're beautiful, going high there with that spinning heel hook. This time, not to the body, but to the face.
Yes, and the way he kicks it in a line, like a back kick almost.
Although we have not seen any serious connection with Jang's punches, he only needs one.
Of course.
Only needs one
to decapitate.
To decapitate Zerrianov.
Man, he's throwing heavyweight power punches here in the welterweight division.
Great work from Zerrianov, using that jab to control the distance and staying light on his feet, and making it very difficult for Jang to close the distance.
The tension is palpable in the air. You can feel everybody's on the edge of their feet because they know. He's wobbled. He's wobbled, Jang. Jang is wobbled.
Shoots a takedown, good sprawl from Zerrianov.
He really wobbled Jang there. Now he's going to look for the anaconda. This is his go-to move.
That's how he won in his opening performance here at JCK.
And there he goes.
Spinning with that gator roll, looking to lock it up. Is Jang going to be able to power? He looks fine now, but he's turning the wrong way.
He shouldn't go that way.
If Zerrianov can lock up the legs, it's going to be... Oh, he's out! He's out! He's out! He's out! I'm sure of it. He's out! He's out!
He's out!
Jang is he's awake. He's awake. Good news. I was a little bit worried there. Fantastic work from Zerrianov, taking the win over a very strong opponent. Congratulations to Drago. 2 fights in JCK, 2 wins, both in the first round, both by Anaconda choke. We'll see more of him.
Drago, the Anaconda King. Man, I'm sorry I didn't shout because I was worried about the safety there of Jang. The referee didn't see that he went to sleep, but he looks to be okay. He's awake now. He's talking to the people, so don't worry, folks. He looks to be fine. But as you said, another statement made by Zerrianov here at JCK. This is his first fight after he signed, and he's making a claim in this division.
Made it look easy.
Yes, and he might be looking to say, look at me. I want to join the $1 million RMB tournament. Sign me up, folks. Jang is back on his feet. He looks to be okay. Goes over, show respect. Good fight between these two guys. Let's look at this. That was he was wobbled before he got him. He hit it with a jab, and we saw Zerrianov's leg wobble before he shot for the takedown. And then here, using those long arms to cinch up this anaconda.
That's right. A reach can help with striking, but it can also help in spots like this. Doesn't it look like he's sleeping? Look at his leg.
He's sleeping. He's out. Look at his face, how blue it is when he opens.
接下来宣布比赛结果，本场男子MMA综合格斗规则次中量级比赛的最终结果为 来自于俄罗斯的蓝方选手亚历山大·齐里亚诺夫。第一回合2分42秒，使用蟒蛇脚相逢火杀。The winner is blue corner, win by submission. 接下来让我们掌声有请颁奖嘉宾，银量级洲际冠军，贵州唯一的 MMA 综合格斗世界冠军张美萱，以及天海一品项目经理吴乃全，有请二位。美萱站中间。感谢颁奖嘉宾，感谢双方选手出色的表现，谢谢。
恭喜恭喜，拿下了比赛的胜利，亚历山大。这一次来到我们的浪漫草海威宁站，面对那么多的现场威宁的观众朋友们，有什么想说的吗？
Александра, поздравляю с яркой победой. Что бы ты хотел сказать перед зрителями города Вейнинг, где ты сегодня выступил и выиграл?
Всем спасибо большое. JCK, thank you за возможность. Моей школе «Шторм» огромное спасибо за подготовку. Александру Павловичу, Андрею Андреевичу Корешкову, Александру Павловичу Шлеменко, моей команде, Игорю Викторовичу Дубинину, Никите Кожевникову, Алексею Игоревичу Грицко, самые лучшие. Родные мои мама, папа, я выиграл. Китай, спасибо, низкий поклон.
好，大家维宁晚上好，中国好。谢谢大家今天到这边来关注，我很高兴。我最想感谢的我的俱乐部，Storm 俱乐部和所有的我的教练，他们是最佳的。谢谢我的父母，谢谢你们，谢谢中国，谢谢战决城。
好的，那么面对我们的吉林战虎张玉鹤，你怎么评价他？他是一位非常棒的对手吗？
как ты оценил своего сегодняшнего соперника, уровень его?
На досрочку, честно говоря, все хотят досрочно, но я не рассчитывал на досрочно, думал дольше продлится. Соперник и борется, и бьет, и физически сильный. Огромное спасибо ему. Очень хороший парень, воспитанный, в принципе, как все в Китае.
张玉鹤，我打之前我就没有这个计划，我想的是我们会打满3回合，但是这个项目大家都想终结，他是很全面的一个选手，很强的一个运动员，他也是个很好的一个小伙子，很有礼貌的，就和所有的中国人一样。
好，最后一个问题，我知道你已经签约了我们 JCK 战决城。 那么在下一场比赛，你希望跟谁打
？Ты подписанный боец Лиги JCK. Следующий бой, с кем ты бы хотел выйти в октагон?
Не без разницы. Лигу я сильно не знаю. Готов к любому бою.
对我来说无所谓。我对我那选手还不太了解。给谁我就打谁呢？
好的，恭喜你，祝你越战越勇，越战越勇。 好的，女士们、先生们，掌声送给俄罗斯选手亚历山大。
接下来将会进行是今天晚上男子银量级的正赛交锋。 由于蓝方选手加基穆拉德 Hakimoff 赛前超重，本场比赛必须以终结的方式才能获得比赛的胜利。加基穆拉德来自于俄罗斯，职业生涯战绩9战7胜，曾经2次获得 World Cup MMA 综合格斗比赛的冠军。他的对手伊希尔木来自于恩波格斗俱乐部 JCK 决城职业 N78 4人新锐赛比赛冠军。JCK 战决城战绩4战3胜。两位选手谁能够突出重围？比赛即将开战。
每一场比赛对我都是一个考验，每个对手都是我的老师，我要向他们学习，然后去打败他们。
在 JCK 成长起来的新生一代选手伊西俄木，
这次备战的很到位，也是我打老外的首战，所以这次不管怎么样，我都会拼尽全力拿下这场首战。
他的节奏感和距离是在整个目前这个级别当中可以说是名列前茅的这样的年轻人，我们不知道啊，假以时日，伊西俄木将会有怎样的表现。
从我进入训练营，我的目标就是冠军。
Я Hakimoff Gatsimurad родом из России. Свою карьеру я начал 18 лет, поэтому не было никаких травм и ничего не изменилось. И продолжаю свою карьеру в том же духе. Я прошел через много игр, и я вырос в играх. И теперь я жажду сражаться, и я собираюсь сказать вам, кто я сегодня вечером.
各方面都更全面，会看到一个不一样的我。
Now it's time for the next fight of the evening. Meant to be a flyweight match, this has been bumped to a catchweight as this man, Russia's Gatsimurad Hakimoff, missed weight by an incredible 1.3 kilograms. What that means is his opponent Ishiamu had to agree to the fight, which he did, but Hakimoff cannot win a decision. He can only win by finish now, knockout, or submission. That might be doable. However, as Hakimoff is riding a 2-fight win streak, 4 out of his 7 wins have been finishes, with 3 finishes being submissions. All 3 were chokes. He'll need to get past his opponent Ishiamu's unorthodox striking to have a better chance at sinking in a submission to win. Remember, we're at altitude here. It's affecting the fighters. There's been a lot of finishes tonight as predicted, but all the pressure is on Hakimoff. Ishiamu can ride this one out if he wants to. Ishiamu is a very unorthodox fighter and difficult to fight. Hakimoff, however, is an incredible grappler. If he gets this fight to the ground, he might very well be able to win by submission. He's also surrendering half his purse because of the missing the weight. You know, it's kind of complicated here. You know, we're at altitude, and we've noticed that when we're doing shows high up, it's high up with high altitude, it's difficult for fighters to make weight. However, here he is. Hakimoff steps into the cage for his JCK debut.
They're taking his time, strutting in, very confident, very relaxed. The very young Ishiamu. He's an ethnic Tibetan, was born in Sichuan, and I'm telling you, don't be fooled by his age of 19. This super young fighter is very experienced. You might think he's still just a kid, but he has been training at a famous team, Umbo, since childhood, and he has so much experience. You know, he has that Umbo style and fluidity and elusive movement where they lull their opponents and they slow the pace before they unleash lightning quick strikes from very strange angles and a huge variety of attacks. And even though he is not very tall, he is very good at fighting on the outside and has a well-rounded game as well. He's no slouch on the ground with great wall down, great wall takedown defense game as well. His biggest problem was that we've seen from here at JCK's, once he was taken down, was someone who's purely wrestling him, not trying to submit him, not trying to advance position, but just holding him down. We saw him have a problem with that before, but he told us he's been working really hard on fixing that, and if he keeps it on the feet, man, this kid is so fun to watch. Really, really high level striking and just so calm. When he's fighting in there, it looks like he's sparring Vaughn. He doesn't look like he's there's thousands of people watching and he's on air with so many people from all over the world watching him. It's crazy how he just handles the pressure, and it feels like it's a story from all the Unbo fighters. They come in here in the cage and they have some confidence and some calmness in them. What is it about Team Unbo that they can just instill this, the way to perform under the big lights in those big moments?
I can tell you that Ishiamu has, I've spent some time at Unbo Fight Club, in fact, and I can tell you that the gym is in a remote location. It's above a cold storage unit, and those guys live there, and they just train, watch fights, sleep, train, spar, and they've been doing it since they were children.
It's crazy.
That's all they know.
This kid, coach that works with me, he's been training since 8 years old.
Looking at the tail of the tape, and the older Hakimoff has the reach advantage.
No.8届公康桑，接下来为大家带来藏族勇士与俄罗斯悍将之间的对决。蓝方选手身高171公分，臂展171厘米，体重58.30公斤，年龄25岁，来自于 Myanmar Kala Universal Fighters Club MMA 综合格斗战绩，9战7胜2负。那么今天晚上上了 JCK 战决城的首秀 ，Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the blue corner from Russia. Gets ready for the Thunder Storm. Gatsimurad Hakimoff。本场比赛，红方选手身高167公分，臂展168厘米，体重57.50公斤，年龄19岁，来自于恩波格斗俱乐部 ，MMA 综合格斗战绩11战9胜2负 ，JCK 战决城战绩4战3胜1负。他就是来自于中国藏族的选手，格斗黑卡Ishiamu。本场比赛场上裁判2名。
Better. No bad hack. Well done from the Nuli. Okay. Hats. Back corner. Back corner. Judge, tie. Unit, fight.
Hakimoff in the blue and Ishiamu in the red.
Remember, fans watching at home, Hakimoff needs a finish to win. Missing weight by 1.3 kilograms disqualifies him from winning a decision here. A fast start to this.
Immediately looking to clinch up was Hakimoff, but Ishiamu spun out off the wall there. I notice when I watch Hakimoff's fight that he does drop his hands a little bit when he throws or when he gets hit. He needs to be careful.
Ishiamu is an incredible striker, but the advantage on the ground perhaps goes to Hakimoff. Spinning back fist there from Hakimoff. Look at the size difference as these two stand next to each other. It's obvious, you can see it must have been incredibly difficult for Hakimoff to even attempt to get down to flyweight. He's huge.
Oh, big right hand!
Ishiamu connects there with a straight.
Oh my goodness, that landed flush, but Hakimoff just ate it. Ishiamu really looking, look how calm he is. And And if I'm right, Umbo is pretty high altitude too, right?
Well, their homeland of Abazhou in Sichuan province, yes, but they live and train in Chengdu. It's not that high.
Another good one too. Ishiamu feels like he's looking for near an elbow on the exit here. Oh, beautiful trip.
Right to side control. Fantastic work from Hakimoff. He's putting the pressure on now.
That was a nice trip.
This is a bad spot for Ishiamu. Oh, Hakimoff's got the back now. Still 3 minutes left in this
it looks like
round.
he's starting to get that arm in deep. We see Ishiamu trying to claw that hand down, but
fighting off this choke. Is he going to be able to do it? This is a bad spot. I think Hakimoff might be able to take
this is bad for Ishiamu. He needs to keep fighting the hands off.
Beautiful work from Ishiamu. He breaks free. I thought he was going to tap. He's not out of danger yet, though.
Definitely not where he wants to be.
We're not even halfway through this opening round.
He's smart by standing up again, making it difficult for Hakimoff to get the angle to get the arm under the chin there. No, I don't think that's a smart move for him to sit down.
When Ishiamu tripods up like that, it puts Hakimoff in a bad situation where he cannot really posture up well. He needs to plant one hand on the ground, or at least his head, to support himself. Ishiamu, one thing that he does not have to worry about is points. He can lose this round on the judges' scorecard and still win this fight. He needs to play safe and just think, forget about points, just think about defending this choke attempt.
Oh!
I think
he's got
so far he's safe.
Yes,
so far he's safe. Hakimoff needs to pry up Ishiamu's forehead or nose and expose that throat if he's looking to finish with a rear naked choke. Ishiamu trying to slide out of this bad spot. Hakimoff with excellent back control here in this first round.
Ishiamu's wrapped up that one arm, making it a little bit difficult for Hakimoff to be able to go for the rear naked choke.
Body lock now for Hakimoff as Ishiamu struggles to get out of this position. Final minute remaining in this opening round. Ishiamu's done great to defend the choke so far.
Hakimoff very patient, but also methodical in his attacks. Working the body, punching, switching the arms, back and forth, just looking for that moment of loss of focus from Ishiamu so he can cinch in a rear naked choke. But Ishiamu is very good at keeping his chin tucked in.
Look at this. Hakimoff trying to just grind out that face crank here. Ishiamu grimacing, but I don't think he's going to tap from that. I could be wrong, though. Ishiamu trying to pry this elbow up and get his face free from this crank. Final seconds. And Hakimoff lets go of that crank. Looks like Ishiamu's going to survive this round. We'll get a second round. That was a very close
finish. Yeah,
it was a close call for Ishiamu. He almost got finished in that round, but he survives.
He's got
to keep the fight. He's got to keep the fight on the feet and keep the distance. He cannot go into these situations with Hakimoff. If he stays on the outside, it feels like he has a huge advantage.
Let's look at some of the highlights. The beautiful outside trip, right to side control.
And look, he throws it with that overhook. It's very rare you see someone do that with an overhook. Beautiful, yeah. I think he surprised Ishiamu a little bit with that throw.
And this choke looked tight to me, but Ishiamu fought it off.
Out.
Hakimoff taking his time to get up from that chair. You got to wonder, has the altitude, has the travel, has the attempt to make weight drained him?
Yedi, fight!
Both fighters taking center of the cage. Ishiamu may be a little bit more cautious now as he approaches.
This taking again.
Remember, folks, Ishiamu wins no matter what unless Hakimoff gets a finish.
Needs to circle out. Hakimoff starting to put pressure on him, looking to take him to the cage.
Beautiful punches there from Hakimoff, catching Ishiamu, quickly looking to take this fight to the ground. Ishiamu's in a bad spot against the cage wall so far. Doing well to fight off this takedown attempt, but Hakimoff gets Ishiamu's feet off the ground, his butt on the ground, and his back against the cage wall. Now he's climbing up to the mount here, trying to rope up Ishiamu's legs there. Ishiamu fighting that off, fighting off the chokes. Remember, 3 submission wins in Hakimoff's MMA career. All 3 have been chokes.
Now we see Ishiamu starting to climb back up again. This was how we saw Ishiamu have trouble last time with someone just trying to wrestle him and ragdoll him. But it doesn't feel like Hakimoff is just trying to control him. It looks like he's working for the finish. And every time you're exposed to attack for finishes, you give your opponent the opportunity to escape.
Hakimoff trying to slide towards the back. Ishiamu doing a good job of defending that. He's not in a great situation yet, though. Still Hakimoff. If we were counting points, it would be all Hakimoff.
Absolutely. Hakimoff pulls that legs out from underneath.
Again, Hakimoff looking for the back. Beautiful reversal. Now Ishiamu in the north-south position on top, choosing to stay on the ground, not disengage and get back to his feet. I think that Ishiamu is, calls for action from referee Liang Ming. Look at that, a buggy choke attempt.
How cool would that be if we see a buggy choke? Not something we're to see, but he's got to lock up his other knee after he, tight enough there.
Hakimoff abandons that submission attempt. Ishiamu climbing forward now. Hard punch to the stomach.
Looking for Kimura.
Oh my God!
This might be it.
Imagine that.
He's looking for
Ishiamu submits the submission order.
Now he's got his leg in a bad position.
Hakimoff breaks free from that Kimura. Now he's threatening with a leg lock, perhaps a heel hook. Ishiamu's heel is exposed there. A toe hold is there as well. Ishiamu needs to be careful. Still over 2 minutes remaining in this second round.
Ishiamu is doing very good, staying up. He's got to, if he keeps standing, he's pretty safe. As long as he keeps standing, switches to the other side. Yeah, he gets his feet up, nicely done.
He's got to watch those up kicks though. As his beautiful work from Ishiamu to pass through those legs. Hakimoff immediately turtles up, and he's wrapped up a Kimura grip here.
But Ishiamu has the other hook on the other side, which will make it very difficult for him to work that Kimura. Ishiamu's on the back, trying to keep control, but look at Hakimoff. Oh, beautiful back and forth.
Amazing work from both fighters. It's such an exciting scramble.
Oh, look at
work from Hakimoff to get on top here. At least for now, he's controlling on the ground.
Nice acrobatics, and it's almost like a circus show with these two guys, how their flurry and their scramble is so good.
Hakimoff peppering with some semi-hard punches there. Look at this, Ishiamu protecting his face, trying to block those punches as well. Final minute of round 2. Hakimoff trying to pry up his head, looking for the choke. Ishiamu back to his feet.
Look at Hakimoff, locked up his body, locked up his, doesn't have a submission from here, but he's going to try to reverse him.
This round has been incredibly technical and exciting.
With both these guys threatening their opponents.
Hakimoff now with great pressure, putting some of that leather on his glove into Ishiamu's face.
Trying to drag him to the ground, expose those hips so he can put in some hooks.
16 seconds. Clock is counting down. Final 10 seconds of this round. Ishiamu playing it cool. He knows there's no risk He can win this fight as long as he survives all 3 rounds.
Hakimoff surprisingly still looking pretty fresh.
不要发狠劲儿，听见没有？到地面不要急，听见没有？做的。
Let's look at some of the highlights. Hakimoff getting the fight to the ground. There's a beautiful reversal from Ishiamu in it. And surprisingly, Ishiamu grabs this Kimura, cranks it. Hakimoff able to resist and escape. Incredible action, grappling action here in the second round.
Scott. Out. Back. Corner. Back corner.
Fight! Round 3. They touch gloves, give a hug.
Show of respect from both fighters. Hakimoff quickly opens up with the strikes. There's a hard punch from Ishiamu. He needs to get away from the cage if he wants to stay in bed.
Wobbled. He gets wobbled there, slips.
An aggressive start for Hakimoff. He knows he needs the finish, and he's been struggling with it the last 10 minutes. The final 5 minutes of this fight will determine who wins and who loses. Hakimoff needs the finish, and you know he's looking for the submission.
Ishiamu needs to turn off the wall. He keeps going to the wall. He just get back on his feet. Turn away from the wall, pick him up here. If there's a critique for Ishiamu, it's he's too content to just defend off the wall. Beautiful dump there from Hakimoff.
Still over 4 minutes remaining in this fight. Hakimoff transitioning to the mount, looking to get the back. Ishiamu stands up. But Hakimoff still tight on him.
He's only got one hook in. He's going to go for, looks like he might want to look for the armbar there. Ishiamu should stand up right now. He can stand up and spin his arm out. He shouldn't allow him to climb back up. There he goes. This is not what the body locks in now. Really good work done here from Hakimoff to get back on the back there and retain that position. Ishiamu looking tired here. 3 minutes and 20 seconds left for the Russian to get the finish and get the win.
Hakimoff threatening that choke. Ishiamu's done a great job of defending submissions all fight long, but now with the final round, the seconds ticking down now in this final round, Hakimoff might get a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more reckless. And Ishiamu needs to be careful for that.
And also Ishiamu is looking tight. Look at his tummy as he breathes. Big gulping breaths. He's breathing heavily. Hakimoff non-stop.
But Hakimoff, I think now it's got to be now. He's got to get reckless. He might burn his arms out. He might gas out. He might lose the position. But Ishiamu's done a great job of defending this strategy so far in this fight. Hakimoff's got to do something else if he wants to get the finish.
Hakimoff sitting up high.
Oh, he's got the hand. He's got his arm under the throat. Still over 2 minutes left. Is he going to be able to complete this choke this time? Ishiamu doing a great job of defending.
Can Ishiamu spin into him? Oh, he needs to be careful here.
This is a bad spot for Ishiamu. Hakimoff's got a chance here.
Ishiamu pushes it off his throat. 1 minute and 30 seconds left. Works the body of Ishiamu. Ishiamu grabbing that hand, trying to spin, climb his way back to face Hakimoff. Hakimoff, really good control from the back.
I'm not sure what's going through the head of Hakimoff. Is he just content with knowing he's done more, but because of the way the rules were designed, that he won't get this win without a submission? I think he needs to be going a little bit more recklessly here. We're just 42 seconds away from seeing Ishiamu win by a technicality here.
Yes, I agree with you. And it does look like Hakimoff is the fresh of. I mean, who knows? He might be just putting on a mask and be dying there from just also being very, very tight at the high altitude. But 20 seconds left for Ishiamu to survive. Crowd cheering
There's the clapper as the clock ticked down. It looks like Ishiamu is going to survive and win on a technicality. Well played by Ishiamu. He'll take this win.
By technicality, yes.
Will the are the fans here in attendance aware of what happened during the weigh-in? They will be very confused, I believe, when Ishiamu's hand gets raised.
Well, I think Yang Guang, the MC, he will probably explain why this decision goes to Ishiamu. Well, let's go to the final announcement of the decision.
Here's the replays from the fight. That beautiful outside trip and that choke attempt. This is still in round one. Great work from Ishiamu to fight off those close calls. And that reversal, that was round two. That was the most exciting round for sure.
Absolutely, really good back and forth. I think it took it out of them. I think round two burned the gas a little bit more than they expected. You almost got this. Dumps into the floor. And this really was the position we saw the most during this fight. Hakimoff on the back of Ishiamu.
Fighter! Over.
接下来宣布比赛结果。本场男子 MMA 综合格斗规则：银量级比赛的最终结果为，由于蓝方选手来自于俄罗斯的加基穆拉德·哈基莫夫，赛前超重 1.3公斤，本场比赛必須以终结的方式才能获得比赛胜利，所以本场比赛最终的获胜方式，格斗黑卡Ishiamu。接下来，让我们掌声有请颁奖嘉宾，贵州威宁产业投资集团有限公司董事长王成先生。王总，感谢颁奖嘉宾，感谢红蓝双方选手出色的发挥，谢谢。接下来的时间，让我们共同开启今天晚上的联合主赛。蓝方选手 Nikita Baltabayev， 亚洲巴西柔术的冠军，职业生涯战绩23战13胜，胜场终结率高达85%。 他的对手吴泽来自于哈尔滨龙云综合格斗俱乐部 JCK 战决城雏量级官方排名第4，终结能力极强。两位选手即将上演一场精彩的对决。
我愿意把他称作是八角笼当中的艺术家，这就是今天代表中方出场的红角选手，绰号铁笼舞者的
这场比赛已经把状态调整到最好了，我感觉还是以站立终结为主，但也有可能我降服他。
Я моложе, я сильнее, у меня лучшая борьба, у меня покрасивее будет ударка. Практически я лучше во всем.
我感觉这场比赛应该是1回合之内终结对手。信心来源于我日常的训练。欢迎你来到中国，我会让你感受到炸弹般的铁拳。
Надеюсь, ты подошел в хорошей форме, потому что я собираюсь не затягивать, не собираюсь драться все 15 минут в клетке.
It's time now for the co-main event. This is a catchweight at 63 kilograms, making his way to the cage now for his JCK debut. It's Nikita Baltabayev from Russia. The 28-year-old trains at Storm Team Flamenco Fight Team. Baltabayev's last 2 fights were finish wins. 8 of his 13 wins come over opponents with winning records. He favors grappling. 11 of his 13 wins have been finishes, 8 of those being submissions. When you're matched up against an incredible striker like Uzi, you gotta wonder if the first thing on your mind is to dive for those legs and hunt the submission. That's the advice I would give Baltabayev tonight, but you never know what's going through his head. And on the ground, we have seen his opponent tonight. Uzi has made incredible improvements, putting people to sleep, submitting people all over the place. He's become a very, very well-rounded fighter, deserving of this co-main event spot. Baltabayev's base is BJJ, and that does not come by surprise. Let's see what this exciting submission expert from Russia brings to his JCK debut as Nikita Baltabayev steps into the JCK cage.
There we see his opponent, Uzi, born and raised in Liaoning, 30 years old, but an absolute veteran of martial arts. Officially 28 and 17, he's been fighting for a very, very long time. In my opinion, the most dangerous pound-for-pound fighter in China. If you blink for 1 second, you could miss the finish. He's incredibly athletic and explosive. Amazing striking, and also has a newly acquired submission threat that he has been honing since making the move to the grappling heavy team Long Yun up in Harbin. The hardest thing to predict is how he will fight or what technique he will use. Sometimes he has been unstable in his performances, but be ready for flying knees, spinning attack, 6 submissions, and a granite chin. Another thing about him, he is, what is the best word to, he is violence personified, and he does it with a smile. If you hit him, he doesn't flinch, he doesn't take it personally. If anything, he He revels in the violence. And it's like he was born to just hurt other human beings. And when I interviewed him, he told me that he's studied his opponent and he's pretty confident in the fact that his opponent isn't a very wrestling heavy-based fighter. He believes that his opponent prefers to try to use his jiu-jitsu, and he says, if it's jiu-jitsu, I'm not worried about that anymore. Nobody can tap me anymore. And if it's on the feet, there's no way this guy is going to survive 3 rounds with me. He predicts he's going to finish the fight in 2 rounds.
A look now at the tail of the tape, and we see how these two warriors stack up.
本场 JCK MMA Fight Night 男子63公斤级的协议体重之战，同样也是我们今天晚上的联合主赛。南方选手身高171公分，臂展172厘米，体重62.90公斤，年龄28岁，来自于 Storm Shlemanko Fight Team。MMA 综合格斗战绩23战13胜10负。那么今天晚上上了 JCK 战决城的首秀 ，Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the blue corner from Omsk, Russia. Gets ready for Nikita Baltabayev. 本场比赛，红方选手身高168公分，臂展168厘米，体重62.90公斤，年龄30岁，来自于哈尔滨龙云综合格斗俱乐部。MMA 综合格斗战绩47战34胜13负 ，JCK 战决城战绩12战8胜4负。他就是来自于中国的红方选手铁龙舞者武宗。本场比赛场上裁判王悦。
Judge, 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 time, ready, start.
Baltabayev is really ready to get at Wudze. And there Baltabayev in the blue, Wudze in the red.
A fast start for Baltabayev. He needs to be careful and cautious. Wudze is an incredibly technical fighter. Beautiful work from Baltabayev. Blast double leg.
Takes
transitioning to mount now. This could be over quickly. Elbow now from Baltabayev.
Really, really quick work to get the full mount on Wudze. Really wrapping up those arms. This will take the power away from the arms of Wudze. Looking for some ground and pound here. Can Wudze pop the hips up and get him off? Baltabayev.
Wudze sliding out of that mount. Recovering half guard here, sliding into half guard rather. Still not out of deep water yet.
Baltabayev
butterfly
back into
hooks.
the butterfly guard of Wudze. Can Wudze explode and get up here? Hasn't taken any damage yet so far, has Wudze. Oh!
Beautiful
nice up kick, and Baltabayev dropping some bombs, but misses Wudze.
Baltabayev looking to slide out of those butterfly hooks and advance the position. Good work from Wudze here to control well, to minimize the damage that Baltabayev is able to inflict here from this top position.
You know, we always say that Wudze has amazing athleticism, but Baltabayev is quick as lightning.
I'm shocked.
Really, really slick how fast he is.
This is the biggest challenge Wudze has faced in a long time.
Wudze needs to get up and turn into Baltabayev. He can use the cage wall to scrape him off his back. Oh, but now he's connected his hands.
Baltabayev slides into the back control, locking up that body lock, making it really difficult for Wudze now. Udza doing well to defend the chokes, but he's paying for it with hammer fist to the face.
Baltabayev keeping him busy. 2 minutes and 42 seconds left in the first round here between these two. Very, very fast athletes. So explosive, both of these guys.
We're just reaching the halfway mark of this first round, and there's been so much action so far.
Looking for the crank is Baltabayev. Udza can try to, if he can, now he's going to push his hips. He can hurt the ankle of Baltabayev. I'm not sure Baltabayev will tap for some discomfort.
Udza trying to roll over to his knees. Baltabayev doing a great job of rupturing that attempt. Tight control from Baltabayev. The clock has been ticking down though. Just 90 seconds left in this opening round. Udza could survive.
Yeah, now we see Udza starting to try to lift up that foot that is hooked over the right foot. Now he's opened that body lock. He's trying to open that body lock to see if he can open the leg. He might even try to reach down, but he's obviously respecting the threat of Baltabayev on his back. We hear the crowd shouting, cheering for Udza.
Outside the stadium on our way in, we saw some merchandise for sale. The only thing that was available, I believe, were Udza t-shirts.
Well, let's hope that he can live up to the expectations of the merchandising crowd here.
Keep working hard, Woody, and there'll be a Woody t-shirt for sale soon in the
Hopefully
future.
I can get some of the the dividends there.
I did ask if they had an Anderson shirt, but they were sold out. Must have been sold out.
Must have been sold out. There we see Baltabayev working both the body and the face of Udza, mixing it up nicely.
It looks like Udza will survive this round, but you got to believe that Baltabayev owns this round, and it will reflect on the judges' scorecards.
That's one in the books for Baltabayev.
Stop!
The double leg speed and the speed of passing the guard from Baltabayev was lightning. I hope they show it in the highlights.
Смотри, он в партере не...
Beautiful up kick. Beautiful up kick. Shots like that can knock people out. Baltabayev needs to be careful in the second round. Let's see how Udza responds to the information he gained from that first round. He could come out a totally different fighter. But this style of fighting that Baltabayev brings to this fight, I think, is
the kryptonite for Udza.
It's the worst style for Udza. This is not the type of fighter he's good at fighting.
Let's see if he's going to do a flying knee.
Fight.
Round two.
A fast start. Both fighters take the center of the cage. Udza fires a kick first, falls short. Stiff jab, overhand. A kick from Baltabayev, answered by Udza.
Showing that he's going to do that knee.
Oh,
nice kick.
Udza takes
Kicks
out
him
that
again.
lead leg of Baltabayev.
2 times, kicks really hard.
Expect a double leg coming soon. No, Baltabayev turns, ducks his head, and takes.
There's the catches the kick.
Gets the takedown now. This is a bad spot for Udza.
Udza was able to get up for moments using his butterfly hooks, but he's got to kick him off and scramble up. I don't think sweeping Baltabayev was very easy. Udza prefers to keep him in close guard. Got to be careful because if he exposes too much, he does expose his back when he rolls out. If he kicks him, he tries to get up. That's how he exposed his back earlier. Look at the pressure from Baltabayev.
Oh, another beautiful up kick and a somersault, but Baltabayev looking to take the back. Just sliding his back to the mat. Smart move.
Side control now for Baltabayev.
Baltabayev peppering that elbow and then a knee into the sides of Udze. Another knee there from Baltabayev.
Baltabayev holding Udze very, very tightly there. Udze pops up, pushes him back into his closed guard. But this is all Baltabayev's game. Three minutes left.
The pace has slowed down a little bit here as both fighters take a break, get kind of
nice
cautious. Elbow from Udze again from the bottom.
Oh, Udze goes in for an armbar! Oh! Udze armbars the Russian! Oh my God! Udze does an armbar, gets the armbar!
Whoa!
Oh my God! He said he's not afraid. He's gonna do the backflip! Whoa! He does the backflip! Udze gets the armbar finish!
Amazing comeback for Udze!
From the bottom, he submits in his close guard the jiu-jitsu specialist and shows him what he's made of. Statement made, comeback victory.
When the fight started with that blast double, immediately passing right to mount, I thought it was over for Udze. He survived the tough first round, survived a tough beginning to the second round, and when he saw his opening, he cranked that armbar. You saw the pain in Baltabayev's face when he tapped.
Yeah,
let's look at the
Baltabayev is
replay.
holding. Boom!
There it is, wham. Baltabayev trying to fight it off.
When he turns here, this is where he goes, dook, and he taps. Baltabayev, that arm is not feeling good right now. Udze. I like this kid so much. I train with him.
接下来宣布比赛结果。本场男子 MMA 综合格斗规则63公斤级的协议体重之战的最终结果为，来自于中国的红帮选手铁龙武者吴泽，第二回合2分26秒使用十字固降服获胜。The winner is red corner, win by armbar. 接下来，让我们掌声有请颁奖嘉宾，华武元宇武术俱乐部有限公司总经理周健先生 ，JCK 战决城华武元宇联合赛运营总监王清先生，有请二位。好，感谢颁奖嘉宾，感谢双方选手出色的发挥。吴泽，请留步。
恭喜你，吴泽，恭喜你，铁笼中的艺术家。你知道你这一次降服的是亚洲巴西柔术的冠军吗？
因为我们龙云格斗俱乐部的柔术也不差。我说过，不是站立终结他，就是我降服他。我不是不会摔柔，只是我不想用而已，因为不好看嘛。对，那个没有观赏性，
真的太棒了，吴泽，你这次发挥的非常非常精彩。那么我刚才就说，吴泽小小的身体里面有着核弹般的能量。那么请你告诉我，这个能量是从何而来呢？
能量当然是我的团队、我的老师，还有我的爱人，还有我的孩子，对，都是我的能量。
那么这次来到我们的草海威宁，有什么给现场观众说的吗？
威宁是一个很美的城市，然后空气也特别好，待着也特别舒服。这几天不管是在这减重还是训练都特别舒服。下一场想打谁？因为那个马图夫 受伤了嘛，我还是想打腰带的挑战权。
好的，女士们、先生们，让我们掌声欢送铁笼中的艺术家吴泽。
接下来，我们共同开启今天晚上的头条主赛。南方选手多斯波尔·艾莱根曾经获得2023年度哈萨克斯坦 MMA 综合格斗锦标赛的冠军，职业生涯战绩21战13胜，胜场终结率高达100%。他的对手滕丽格来自于华武源于武术搏击俱乐部，与量级 JCK 战决城官方排名第3 ，JCK 战决城战绩10战6胜。接下来正式开启今天晚上的头条主赛。
Yelagan Dosbol, Kazakhstan Federatsiya MMA Бауыржан Момышұлы。
备战的充分，对自己有信心，我觉得换对手对我没有什么太大的影响。
қарсыласыма тек сәттілік тілеймін, тек қана қысқа қашықтықта жақсы жекпе-жек көрсетеміз деп ойлаймын.
让你感受感受中国功夫。
жекпе-жекте қазақтың бокс стилін көрсететін боламын, кунг-фуға қарсы.
保守点的话，打满3回合，但是我一定要 KO 他。
Әпенеттен толықтай қарап шықтым, өте мықты жауынгер, 3 раундтық жекпе-жек болады деп ойлаймын.
袁雪狼，腾一哥，
重拳铁腿就是他最强的利器，大开大合的打法将硬散打的真正内涵发挥到极致。
қарсыласым ұзындықтан болғаннан маған көбірек жақынырақ бокстасқан ыңғайлы болады. Ұзындықтары ona байланысты маған көбінесе жақын қашықтықта өнер көрсеткен ыңғайлы болады деп ойлаймын.
It's time for the main event of the evening. Making his way to the cage now. From Kazakhstan, it's Dosbol Yelegen, 27 years of age, with a 13-9 record. This is his JCK debut. Yelagan takes this fight on short notice. He normally fights at a lower weight class. So does his opponent Tenglige. But because of the lack of time to prepare and get in shape, they've agreed to a catch weight at 70 kilograms, meaning Yelagan definitely is not in peak condition for this fight. We're 220 meters above sea level tonight. Yelagan better hope for an early knockout, because as the clock ticks, the risk of losing increases. On top of that, when it goes to decision, it hasn't turned out well for Yelagan. He's never won a decision, even at sea level. And we're 2+ kilometers up above sea level right now.
I don't
Saying
know,
that though,
like,
he's only ever been finished twice. Both were submissions, and submissions are not really his opponent Tenglige's style.
Vaughn, I don't know, man. I want to drop in and say, you know, the most dangerous fighter, the most dangerous people are people who have nothing to lose. And this is who he is right now. He's got nothing to lose.
Yelagan steps into the cage for this, our main event.
And there is his opponent, Tenglige, the grassland snow leopard. He was born in Tonga, Inner Mongolia, ethnic Mongolian, and 32 years old. If you don't know him, you should know him. He is an absolute slot-in for Chinese Hall of Fame MMA fighter. This man has had officially 52 professional fights. When I interviewed him and asked him how many fights you have had, this Chinese legend of MMA just laughed shyly and said, oh, I forgot it. There are many fights that aren't listed online, especially if you consider his illustrious kickboxing achievements. I have an inside scoop about him. Vaughn, do you know he prepared this camp at Wuchenjie at Chenjie Gedou? He's made the move down. He still fights for his old team in Xi'an, but he's been training there at Wuchenjie. And I think this is the best thing that could happen to him. The same for his longtime teammate and friend, Zhao Zhikan. He moved to Black Tiger in Beijing, and I think it's so good. These guys have been main training partners and have been their own coaches for way too long. They are pioneers of MMA. They're incredibly good, but the pressure to push yourself and also think about your own training and plan your camps and everything is better left to a coach and a coaching staff, plus all the good bodies you have to train in there at Wuchenjie. A lot of talent there. They got some champions there, so I'm really happy when I found out that he's training there right now. And you know, he was ready to cut 66, and because they changed his opponents, they moved the weight up. So it was a very easy cut for him. He walks around at 73, 74 right now. That tells me he's a very focused Tenglige. A big challenge here for the Kazakhstan fighter.
A look now at the tail of the tape, and we can see the reach advantage favors Tenglige.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's main event of this evening. This moment is truly all be waiting for. We are live in Weining, China. It's 3 rounds, 5 minutes, mixed martial art contest. And now, the official ready. Fighters in the octagon. Fighter fans, are you ready? It's time! Introducing first fighter at the blue corner. Mixed martial artist holding professional record. 21 fights, 13 wins, 8 losses. He stands 170 centimeters tall, weighing 154 pounds, age 27. Fighting out of Ulask, Kazakhstan, gets ready for Dosbol Yelagan. Now, introducing his opponent, fighter at the right corner. He stands 178 centimeters tall, weighing 155 pounds, age 32. This man is Sanda fighter, holding professional record, 39 fights, 26 wins, 13 losses. Fighting out of Inner Mongolia, China, gets ready for the Snow Wolf. I give you Tenglige. The referee who charged in this octagon is Mr. Wang Jinggang.
Better. Watch the back head. Watch your finger. Watch your love. Okay, touch back. Good luck. Judge, time. Ready? Fight!
Yelagan in the blue and Tenglige in the red. Boxing versus Sanda.
Taunting each other at the weigh-ins. Tenglige was saying he's going to show some of his Chinese sanda, and Yelagan said, I'm going to show you some Kazakh boxing. Let's see who reigns supreme. Of course, Tenglige has the advantage. He was preparing for another opponent who got injured, had to pull out. Yelagan stepped up to take this fight on short notice.
Nice kick from Tenglige to open the scorecard. Yelagan looking for a low calf kick of his own. Pumping the double jab.
Tenglige looks incredibly strong, much stronger than he looked in his last fight. Of course, this is a heavier weight than he normally fights at, but he looks like his muscles have really filled out since he's gone to JCK Fight Club in Chengdu.
And he mentioned to me he used to walk around at 77, 78, and now he's walking around at 74. Wow, Tenglige's looking sharp. Nice body kick.
Yelagan with a good boxing guard there, hands tight, head moving.
Hands high. Lots of fake. Look, Yelagan respecting the power. Oh, both guys slipping, looking for the same punch. Oh, nice big overhand from Tenglige. Don't forget, Tenglige also has devastating knees. Remember how he destroyed Oscar Bai? Yelagan is staying here, not backing up, putting the pressure. When Tenglige put pressure on him.
So far, it's early in the fight still, but so far it's been a very even matchup. Tenglige maybe getting the better of the exchanges, but neither fighter has done significant damage or seems to be lacking over the other.
The power just feels to be an advantage of Tenglige. He does have a lot of power. He's got so many KO finishes in his career. 17 KO and TKO finishes.
In MMA. Not to mention all the other combat sports he's been involved in.
Looking for a big right cross, inside low kick. Just left the target.
Looking for that overhand.
Look at Yelagan. So fearless in the face of Tenglige, walking him down, he's the one putting pressure on Tenglige.
Definitely a very fearless, courageous fighter.
Yes.
Taking a fight against none other than Tenglige on short notice, that takes courage.
Yeah, and obviously moving up in the weight division as well. Rolls with that one, rolls the shoulder. Nice inside kick. Fakes from both these guys. Then he leaves with that jab and then throws a hook. Oh, nice slip and right cross just off the mark. Yelagan needs to respect the power of Tenglige. Tenglige going 2-1-2, nice low kick. Just so crisp and fast is Tenglige.
Another ball with a low kick there, backing up Yelagan.
Those are going to start adding up if you can keep throwing in those kicks.
Inside low kick from Tenglige wobbles the base of Yelagan. Now another straight from Tenglige. Still though, scoring points, but I don't think that Yelagan has really gotten hurt yet.
Yes. Well, maybe his legs starting to feel it, but...
Oh, that was a beautiful counter. Cross, right hook there.
Oh,
nice.
Oh, he's wobbled him a little bit. He's wobbled him, but look at Yelagan. Shakes it off. Beautiful movement there. Goes right to the body, slips over, and then comes back from Tenglige. Beautiful, beautiful footwork there.
Nearing the final 30-second mark of this opening round. Inside, oh, low kick.
And that's
a little bit high for a low kick.
That's a little bit, yeah, it's a higher low kick. And Tenglige, we spoke about, his last fight against Wang Jijang.
The fight ended from
him misplacing, and he was literally getting momentum, and he feels he could see Wang starting to fade, and he felt he's going to get the win, and then he had the exact same kick, and it ended up in a no contest.
Yelagan will get 5 minutes to recover here. The injury clock.
Ready?
Right. Oh, Wang Jijang calling an early stop to that rest, and action continues.
Wang Jigang himself known for being pretty harsh on the groin recovery time. Yes. Oh, goes to the head, goes to Tenglige. 10 seconds left. Both these guys moving. Look at Tenglige, how that right hand sits, ready to drop a bomb.
We'll go to the second round after this short rest. Give that round to Tenglige. What do you say?
Absolutely.
But I really didn't think that Yelagan would do as well as he did in this first round. I thought it'd be I worried that it might be a first round finish for Tenglige just because Yelagan has had no time to prepare for this fight.
Well, I mean, it's been mainly boxing.
Here's the replays. Here's the replays from that opening round. Both fighters scoring with strikes. Beautiful counter there.
Here, this is the punch. Boom. And this wobbled him a little bit.
There's the low blow.
Seconds up. Back. Ready, fight!
Round 2.
Both fighters start light on their feet, taking the center of the cage. Feints from both fighters, no contact yet.
Baiting each other, looking for a reaction.
Tenglige on the attack. A hook followed by a low kick that went low.
Yeah, but that, I don't know, that was really bad luck because Yelagan turned, pulled his own leg away and turned.
If Yelagan is unable to recover from this within the remaining injury time allowance, it will be a no contest.
Definitely not what you want to see. But I'd love to see the replay of that kick.
Here we go. Your wish is granted. Oosh, that looked painful. That looked really painful, to be honest. Looks like the corner of Yelagan is encouraging him to just call it a night.
Was that high? It looked to me not that high, but I couldn't see very clearly. Anyway. It's just, I feel strange that they letting the fighter rest next to his corner and not putting him on the side, calling in the doctor, allowing his corner to talk to him, giving advice on the decision. I believe during Indian time, coaching should not be allowed.
Yelagan looks like he might be recovering. We might see this fight continue. He still has nearly 3 minutes to recover from this. Remember though, injury time for the entire fight is the collects to 5 minutes. So if he uses this remaining 2 minutes and 37 seconds to recover from this, he gets nothing left after that. If he gets another low blow, he has to immediately continue fighting, or the fight will end. If this ends this way, it will be the second time Tenglige has been involved in a fight that has ended prematurely due to low blows. I believe that was a main event fight too, right?
Yep, that was against Wang Jigang, fighting for the belt. Round 3. He doesn't look too fresh. Obviously, fighter's health is most important. And you know, if he's injured that bad, how can he perform at his best?
Some hand gestures from Yelagan and his corner. I wonder what they're talking about. Like it seems like they may be describing something to do with the injury.
No, this fight is off, I believe. He's walking out of the cage. Now we need to hear what's the decision.
No contest, I believe.
Very early in the second round. Fight's over. The refs called it off. Yeah, what a sad way to win a fight.
Well, I don't believe he's won the fight.
Well, I mean, to finish the fight, sorry.
Yes.
To finish the really exciting main event. Like, the co-main event was awesome with that comeback armbar. And then we have a low blow in the main event. And unfortunately, the second time where Tenglige kicks somebody in the Tenglige Divang. Chinese meaning the painful spots.
下面宣布比赛结果：本场男子 MMA 综合格斗规则70公斤级协议体重之战，也是我们今天晚上头条主赛的最终结果为：由于比赛时间到第2回合的37秒，整体的比赛时间未过半，那么本场比赛被判无结果。所有现场以及屏幕前的观众朋友们，那么今天晚上，阳光威宁、浪漫草海 JCK 决胜职业 N97 华5元语联合赛贵州威宁站的比赛到此就全部结束。在此要特别感谢我们的官方合作媒体咪咕视频、抖音、腾讯新闻、新华网、百度 App、深圳电视台体育健康频道、辽宁移动、贵州新媒体、宁夏新媒体、TCL 互联网电视、虎牙直播、快手以及格斗迷的大力支持。同时要特别感谢千岁汽车、毛江1953、士尔道、华肯乳业集团、梅花以及菲德士的大力支持，同时还要感谢所有选手今天晚上出色的发挥。接下来，让共同把目光转移到大屏幕之上，来看一下今天晚上所有参赛选手他们的获胜信息。那么今天晚上第一场的复赛女子银量级的对决，Simbati穆合一提一致判定获得比赛的胜利。那么今天晚上的第二场的复赛除量级的比拼，曲比古谦 TKO 获胜。羽量级方面，努力库瓦提巴哈托里使用地面砸击 TKO 对手。次中量级的复赛来自于法国的公牛安迪使用地面砸击 TKO 对手。那么正赛方面，李洪基通过一致判定战胜对手。那么今天晚上的第二场正赛来自于俄罗斯的 Alexander Zerrianov使用蟒蛇脚成功降服对手。那么正赛第三场比赛，由于对手呢赛前超重，所以伊西俄木成功斩获了这场中俄大战的比赛胜利。那么今天晚上的联合主赛，铁笼舞者吴泽使用手臂十字固成功的降服对手。那么今天晚上的头条主赛非常可惜的一场比赛，男子70公斤级的协议体重之战，由于双方呢未能战至比赛的一半，那么根据我们的赛事规则，这场比赛被判定无结果。那么4月28日将会迎来 JCK 战决城王者系列008华5元语联合赛云南临沧站的比赛。那么头条主赛，库尔班江土罗斯巴克将会对阵叶夫根尼塔巴罗夫斯基。联合主赛，布赫尤嘎与上智法将会展开银量级金腰带挑战权的争夺之战。除此之外，赵志康将会对阵朱尔迪兹别克、乌姆西米克别克，尼格丹对阵扎云丁苏莱曼诺夫，雷吉纳尔多维埃拉对阵鲁斯兰阿姆耶夫。 再次也诚挚地邀请屏幕前的各位持续锁定我们的官方网站3w.jckmma.com 以及微信公众账号以及官方抖音号，了解最新赛事资讯的更新。所有的观众朋友们，那么今天晚上呢，我们毫无疑问的是共同见证了一场格斗的视觉盛宴。再次感谢现场所有的观众朋友们，你们的热情，还有你们的掌声。那么 JCK 战决城在贵州威宁留下了一段不可忘却的记忆。那么虽然呢，今天晚上的比赛即将落幕，但是格斗的热血却永远不会停息。那么接下来我们共同的期待呢，未来能够再次来到美丽的贵州威宁，共同为大家奉献上精彩的 JCK 战决城龙斗终极冠军赛的比赛。最后再次感谢现场以及屏幕前的诸位今天晚上整晚的陪伴。最后祝大家晚安，再见。
Fight fans, we're done for tonight. What a fantastic event. Of course, the main event didn't go as we were hoping for.
But the co-main event, maybe my favorite comeback submission of all time. Woods slapping on the armbar against the Russian BJJ specialist.